Good night. Bye-bye. No problem. Could you hold in for me while we do this? Yeah. Leslie just gave me pronunciation. Okay. That's great. I hate to lie. Evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're at Tipton High School. We're going to withstand a pretty good win tonight. We're just hoping lightning can stay away, and hopefully that hurricane won't really affect the outcome of tonight's ball game. We're going to talk to Heritage Patriots head coach. That's Coach Jeremy Hollinger. Coach, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. You guys got a beautiful facility here, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Appreciate that. We'll mention you're 4-1 first year. Right now you're number 12 in 3A. I looked about 2 weeks ago. You were 18. You are climbing with your team.
Yeah, that's nice to get the recognition for the boys, but we don't really look at those kinds of things. We're just looking week to week, trying to play our best. All we want is an opportunity to go out and show what we can do and play our best.
That sounds good. Hey, I'm going to mention Indiana Football Digest magazine. Only $17.50. Tell you what, we're going to mention Coach Jerry Hollinger. And I've got to mention, Jerry, high school and college was not mentioned because you probably took the job a little bit behind the times. Can you tell us where you went to high school and college?
Yeah. So I graduated from Heritage in 2005. I played for legendary Hall of Fame coach Bob Yeager, who our stadium was just named after this year in 2024. And then I moved on to IPFW, where I received my degree, and I immediately returned in 2006 after graduating to start coaching football and JV baseball.
Growing up in football, tell us what positions you played.
So I played center, right tackle, and a little bit of defensive tackle, but I'm an offensive lineman by trade.
But you like baseball?
Yes, I do. Yep, I enjoy the game of baseball. I feel like all sports have something to teach our kids. I even dabbled in a little bit of coaching junior high basketball. I was a 7th and 8th grade coach for about 7 years at Heritage.
That sounds good. Coach, I want to talk about your players just a minute here. Freshman Jackson Litchfield, who wears number 70. He's a starter. He's actually got 2 sacks for you.
Yeah, Jackson's doing a great job. The physicality of varsity ball has not deterred him at all. Jackson's an excellent wrestler, and you can see that translate every time he takes the field, playing D-line. He's taking his bumps, but he takes it all in stride. He has tremendous maturity for someone so young, and like I said, the physicality is what he loves of football.
We'll see a senior on your team, more than one. You have 19. We'll mention Mason Abbott, 6'1", 180. He's got 45 total tackles, 16 are solos. He's your inside linebacker, got to mention. He's got 2 interceptions and 1 quarterback sack.
Yeah, Mason does a tremendous job anchoring down our defense. He's a sideline-to-sideline linebacker, plays with good pad level, strong tackler, and he understands that he's a run player first, playing linebacker, but he does a great job getting back in his drops, and he has been lucky enough to pick off 2 passes this year.
And I got to mention, a couple of running backs going to perform in today's ball game. They're almost mirrors of each other. That would be Nasser Martin of your team's 5'7", 165 senior, and also senior 87 Calvin Condit, 5'9", 175. They are almost mirrors. They'll carry the ball tonight.
Oh, forgive me. That other running back would be number 3, Lucas Weber, but he is. Yep, that's all right. He is 6 foot 170, and you're right. Nasir and Lucas, they do a lot of the same things for us. It's real nice to have that 1-2 combo. Both guys stay real fresh, and they've done a great job running the ball for us. They're also real hard to stop out of the backfield catching the ball as well.
Coach, I tell you what, I wish you a wonderful game tonight. I appreciate you spending the time with Put Me in Sports.
Awesome. Thank you very much, and thank you for all you do for high school football.
So we're going this direction. We'll walk this direction. Yeah, Will know just. So we'll walk this direction. He was holding some notes for me. Appreciate that. So we're going to talk with Coach Toll here in just a minute. We were over by the visiting locker room. He stepped outside. A little overhang right there. No wetness on the sidewalk there where the overhang was at. But it's raining right now. It's spitting a little bit. The wind is definitely going to play a part in this game tonight. We'll see if the passing game, see how it works. We'll mention that they're going to travel towards the scoreboard to the north. They're going to have to pierce the wind. They're going to have to pierce the wind with a good tight spiral to throw the football. They're not going to be able to throw a lofty pass as they travel to the north. But going the other direction, you got the wind behind you. They're going to have to be careful not to overthrow the receiver because that ball is going to carry. So we're going to walk this direction. Talk with Coach Toll here in a moment. I appreciate you listening. We're going to be in the booth tonight. We are very thankful to be in the actual press box booth. We're not going to be up top. We would have had a roof over our head up top. The wind blowing straight in. The windows are open. There are no windows. No windows up top. We're going to see if Coach has a minute to talk to us. We're looking over the game film right now, game paper right now. Big game tonight. 3A school Heritage drove down from just southeast of Fort Wayne, about a couple hours, about 98 miles. We're going to talk to Coach Toll here in just a minute. So we'll mention Coach Toll. I tell you what, you guys are out here. Your guys had practice this week. They are ready.
I hope so. It's a big challenge. Probably, my opinion, probably the most talented team we've played all year. Senior laden team, also 4-1. So what I'm really looking for tonight is see if we've matured a little bit. We're going to deal with some adversity. We're going to play a good opponent. Conditions are not going to be very good at all. So are we going to cower to those, or are we going to step up to the plate and, for 2.5 hours, we're going to forget about everything else and try to win a football game?
Coach, I want to backtrack again. Last week, Mother Nature was a factor last week, and delayed the halftime. Tipton got the win. They went to halftime up 14, and that's how the game ended.
Yeah, I wasn't real thrilled with. I thought our defensive performance was outstanding. Offensively, we were not very good last week. Not nearly as good as we were against Western. Part of that was Rensselaer. Part of that was us. I feel like after watching film, we're going to need the performance we got against Western tonight to be competitive and try to get a win.
I got to mention last week, you got a couple of touchdown passes in the second quarter. Dallas Capshaw catching the ball, and Quinn Toll throwing a good pass.
Yeah, Dallas he's been a great addition to our receiving core, and I think he's had 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. And hopefully Quinn's starting to settle in a little bit. It's a whole new speed for him. He's playing varsity football, and it's probably going to be faster tonight than it has been all year. So they like to pressure the quarterback. Big key tonight is can he take care of the football, get it where it's supposed to be. Probably going to have to play some field position, all those different kind of things, not turn the ball over. So hopefully he can execute those things.
I got to mention that Dakota Garman caught a pass last week in the end zone. He got a touchdown. And I got to mention Calvin Condit. He comes out once in a while on defense. Slade Springer, he goes in on offense or defense, and he makes a good difference.
To me, Slade's one of our most improved players. He's playing some really good outside linebacker. He's our running back right behind Calvin. So he relieves Calvin. He's been doing a nice job. I'm sure we're going to need him tonight with the conditions. We're probably going to have to run the football. So we need a great performance out of our offensive line, as well as our backs. And if it gets to that, our receivers are going to have to block. Every yard's going to count in conditions like this.
Coach, you're going to face the quarterback tonight. He's a senior. He likes to throw the ball. He's got 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, but he doesn't really run the ball.
Stats say he's not a runner, but he's a good quarterback. He's got some really good weapons around him. They've got number 12 that's an all-state football player. They've got a 6'6" tight end that I don't really consider him a tight end. He's more of a receiver, but they're a couple weapons of guys we haven't seen yet this year. So secondary is going to have a huge challenge.
Coach, I'm back down here. We'll mention your defensive line. 54, Nathan Hawkins. He's a sophomore. The nose man, 57, Grayson Withrow. And then he's actually the nose guard. And then over to the right side on the 3-man line is Joe Vautall. Where's 59? He's a freshman, 6'185". He got 23 tackles in the season.
Our defensive line has been, to be honest, a nice surprise. I'm not sure we had a lot of those guys penciled in when we started practice in August, but they do what we ask of them. They play fast, they play with a motor, and they're difficult to block. They're not the biggest people in the world, but they are difficult to block. So, and if you look at our statistics, our linebackers are all of our leading tacklers, and it's because the defensive linemen in front of them are doing their job.
Coach, the kind of guy as you are. Wednesday night at practice, you let 4 guys go early and help to get them dressed in the locker room, get out of here. Because you had National Honor Society at a banquet going on that night. And please talk about these gentlemen. 87, Calvin Condon, he's one of them. 57, Grayson Withrow. 54, Nathan Hawkins. And number 4, your kicker, Brogan Ferg.
Well, I'll just sum them all up. They're all great kids, obviously great students. They're really good athletes. They're just they're well-rounded kids that we're proud of, and when they put a Blue Devil jersey on, they can make our community and our school proud.
Thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate it. So we're going to walk this direction. We're going to get back to up in the booth. We're going to have to walk across this nice synthetic field turf. It is nice. It is nice. I think I mentioned Lucas Oil. They put new turf in this year. And I heard the gentleman talking I think there's a new segment, just barely, and he's let everybody know that the new turf they put in at Lucas Oil, the grass is not quite as tall. So they got a low grass. It's not AstroTurf. It's nothing like they had at the Astros Dome in Texas that they imploded. You know, that was their first opportunity to try to make a synthetic field, try to make it look like grass. But theoretically speaking, it was like cement. But we're going to walk this direction. They did a lot better job than scientists would get figuring this out. So it's staying just fine. We're going to walk this direction. Not a lot of folks on hand as of yet. Winds blowing out of the north to the south. Brian Wilkes, Fox 59. I got to admit, he's my favorite meteorologist. And he said it was going to be coming out of the northwest, going to the southwest tonight. He's probably right. The flag is flying right now. But we'll mention that flag is going about the direction we just spoke of. So we'll walk back this direction. And Heritage still out on the field, getting some time-ups. And they're getting warmed up. And the Blue Devils have gone into their locker room. So we'll walk up the stairway here as we listen to some David Lee Roth when he was with Van Halen. And they're talking about running with the Blue Devils. So we'll walk up this direction. So go back up and walk this direction. There are Nick Comer. I tell you what, Nick Comer, you are the man. Are you going to play? You're going to coach basketball again? Sure you are.
Probably not, AJ. I think my coaching days are probably done at this point, but I still enjoy supporting the girls and the boys and being at all the sporting events.
Absolutely. What's your role up here tonight?
I guess I got the scoreboard tonight. Mr. Morgan is in Bloomington for the conference, so I'm in charge of the main scoreboard tonight.
You know, kid, I'm going to talk to Randy here a minute. Randy Bagley, I tell you what, you are a Picasso. That's what I call you. You work down on the field. You keep stats. You got this great big stat board.
I got smart enough to come up to the press box when it's raining and it's windy.
I tell you what, you are a Picasso. And then your assistant basketball coach right there beside Cliff Hawkins.
I am. I'm the only guy that's close to his age. So we got a couple old guys now coaching.
Now be careful. We're all simultaneously getting that age.
We are. We have to take some Geritol before we coach.
Predigen, they're pushing that.
So what I need to get some Predigen then.
I think that's over the counter.
No, it's fun coaching with Cliff though. He's a legend, and the players love him. He's just a great guy.
He's getting ready to start his 44th year.
He is, and I think this year he'll get his 600th win and coach his 1,000th game, which is nice.
That's good. Thanks for talking with us.
My pleasure. Thank you, AJ.
Thanks, Larry, too. Larry, I tell you what, it's wet out there. You are fortunate to be in here. It's kind of wet out there. Got some pronunciations right there. Athletic Secretary for Heritage, Leslie Johnson, helped us out with those. Yeah, that is O.Z. Paul. O.Z. Paul. He'll be the nose man. You know that. Seeley, yep, there we go. Seeley. And then Tagulis, he's got a freshman brother. That's him right there. And then quarterback. And then Nussier. That is Nussier. That's Nussier. And then pretty easy. So that doesn't be too bad. And then it's Elam Minnick. Elam got wet right there. And then Trayshawn. And I skipped that. I wrote that on the wrong line. So anyway, Aaron Beimler. And then we'll go on down. It's Trayshawn Washington. He's a freshman, though. And Ethan Meyer, Hunter, and that is like we thought, Deconi Inc. There we go. Deconi. We'll do that. We'll see. And then at the bottom, Oakley Spieth. All right. Tell you what, we started a little bit early. Play clock. The game clock is at 51. So I'm guessing we're going to start at 7:30. Is that right now? So we think so. The game clock Do the math for us, Larry, if you could. Plug this back in. But we're going to have a good pregame here. We plugged in all our components. We'll be right back. Hold on. So we're up in the press box, and I'm going to let Larry take this and talk with you. I'm going to take this jacket off.
All right. Yeah, it's a little wet one here, and the wind's blowing a little bit. Looks like the rain is slowing down, which is always helpful. So we'll kind of go over some things here real quickly. Talk about Class 3A, which is where the Heritage Patriots find themselves. Through week number 5, Class 3A coaches poll. Number 1 is Evansville Memorial. They're 5-0. Tied for second is Gibson Southern at 4-1, and Heritage Hills. Jay Cutler graduated from that school. They are 4-1 on the year as well. Number 4, Fort Wayne Lewis, 4-1. Number 5, Mississinewa is 5-0. Number 6, Evansville Mater Dei is 4-1. Number 7, Lawrenceburg at 4-1. 8, Guerin Catholic, 3-2. 9, Batesville at 4-1. And 10, West Lafayette here in the Hoosier Conference Big School Division is here. Sure. Anybody? There you go.
Did you get through that 3A, all of them? Okay, here's 3A. There's Larry.
West Lafayette, as I said, number 10. Hoosier Conference Big School Division, they're 3-2. Number 11, West Noble, 5-0. Number 12, Heritage Patriots here at Tipton Ford Field tonight, 4-1. Number 13, Garrett, 5-0. 14, Southridge, it's 3-2. 15, Cascade at 5-0. 16, Indian Creek, 1-4. 17, Hammond Knoll, 2-3. And 17, South Dearborn at 4-1. 18 teams through week 5. 5 unbeaten teams.
Hey, thanks, Larry. Hey, you mentioned the 3A. We'll go ahead and mention the 2A rankings. That's through week number 5, coaches poll. This is the coaches poll. We could go to the media poll. They know a little bit. I think coaches probably know a little bit more. But, But they're evidently good. Coach Gillum used to coach here, and Coach Gillum is, I believe he's still coaching. He's second place all-time winningest coach behind Bud Wright. And then his son was previously coach at Indian Creek. He let it go, and then he got a new coach this season at Indian Creek. So we'll mention Class 2A coaches poll at this moment. At number 1, it's Lafayette Central Catholic Knights. The Knights in the coaches poll are number 1. In the media poll, they have them at number 2. That'll be the opponent next week for the Blue Devils. It'll be there. We'll also mention that at number 2 is Brownstown Central. Brownstown Central, they're just the opposite. Brownstown Central is number 2 in the coaches poll and number 1 in the media poll. Lafayette Central Catholic 4-0, Brownstown Central 5-0. At number 3, Indianapolis Lutheran, they're 4-1. Last week, they were at number 4. In 4th place, Class 2A, Adams Central. Adams Central last week had given Heritage their only loss on the season. That was probably a pretty fun game. It was 33-14. And we'll also mention Western Boone at number 5. Last week, they were at number 7. They jumped a couple spots. They are 5-0. At number 6 is North Posey. North Posey, they're 4-1. North Posey last week was number 3. At number 7, it's Monrovia. Monrovia 4-1 currently. They were number 7. They're number 7 this week. They were number 8 a week ago. At number 8, it's Bluffton. Bluffton Tigers, 5-0. They're number 8 last week. They were number 11, jumped up 3 spots. At number 9, Paoli. The Paoli Rams, 5-0 on the season. Last week, they were number 12. At number 10, Linton. Linton, they used to go by Linton Stockton. They may still do that. They are the Miners. Right down here, good fishing territory right there at Linton, right next door, Duggar. That's where the fish are at. They're 3-2. They were number 6 a week ago. 2 teams tied at number 11 in Class 2A. Number 11, one of them is Lapel. Lapel, they're 4-1 with Coach Miller. He's been there about 13 years. And we'll mention they were number 8 a week ago. Also at number 11, South Vermilion. South Vermilion, we'll mention 5-0, and they are brand new in the poll this week. And then this is week number 5. At number 13, there are 2 teams tied. Centerville Bulldogs, they're 5-0. And last week, they were number 16. Also at number 13, Triton Central. Triton Central, a good ball team. They're 3-2. A week ago, they were at number 10. And at number 15, Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian, 4-1. And last week, they were at number 14. Larry, is it okay if I tell this little story about Heritage Christian? We got a windy night tonight. It is windy. This darn hurricane, it's keeping us real, keeping everybody real. But we're getting some of the remnants of it tonight. But it must have been 10 or 12 years ago. I went to a football game, worked like I did doing tonight. And then after the game, I heard that was a full game played. I was watching the scores, and I found out that Guerin Catholic, their lights went out in the first half. Lights went out there at Guerin, and they were playing Brebeuf, and they couldn't finish the game that night, obviously, no lights. So they had everybody come back. I think it might have been a 12 noon start, maybe 11, but they picked up where they left off. And the wind was so severe. Like the quarterbacks tonight, Larry, they're going to have a hard time piercing the wind with the spiral. But it can be achieved because I'll tell you this, Matt Labus, quarterback, I've seen him in LinkedIn now. He's probably about 30 years old now. He pierced the wind with his spiral. He had a good tight spiral. So their passing game is just minimal on the lofty passes. But anyway, he did a fine job. And then the Brebeuf quarterback, he was a little bit taller. He's athletic, and he was also rated in the state of Indiana as a quarterback. And Guerin Catholic and Matt Labus, they upset them that night, and they won the game at the home field.
How about that? Yeah, I don't remember that, but yeah, I just watching them warm up. A lot of little 7-yard dig patterns, little flares, and that kind of thing is probably going to be the menu of the day tonight. Wind is we're seeing some trees right across the way here from Tipton Ford Field on the east side of the field, blowing pretty steady here and tossing the trees around there left and right. So looks like Heritage has gone inside to change. They're heading on their way back out now. I see from their visitors locker room. Tipton Blue Devils out still warming up. So we've got 43 minutes still left before game time. So 7:30 start tonight, and we'll get rolling just as soon as we can. So, but
so I tell you what, Larry, they're playing some John Cougar Mellencamp, Seymour, Indiana. I tell you what, his earlier music. A little bit more enjoyable.
I think so. And a lot of times, when he was known as Little Johnny Cougar, right? Back in those days, I remember seeing him on Saturday Night Live with his long locks. And yeah, he's had a nice long career and done a lot of great things for Indiana University as well in that area of the state.
They built that barn, whatever it is, the field house. He built it.
Yeah, Mellencamp Field House. Yeah, I remember. Always being down there in high school and working out down there with some 7-on-7 and such. And, yeah, nice facility.
Absolutely. So here come the Heritage Patriots. They're running out from their locker room, going up the sideline. They got 60 on their roster, Larry, but they've got some freshmen. They've got 11 freshmen. Blue Devils, not too bad. Blue Devils, they got 19 freshmen, and they got them. They're working their way up, and they're showing some good football this season.
Yeah, a lot of guys getting a lot of time out here and, getting experience at the varsity level. And like the very, very good team last year as the 8th graders went undefeated. And so I knew there'd be a lot of them up here contributing right away. But, as they get a couple years under their belt, I think the future is pretty bright for Tipton football.
That sounds good. A lot of people say undefeated even while the season's going on, but they're just unbeaten. And then when the season's over, they may be undefeated.
Yo, that's the way you always look at just the next game anyhow, don't you?
Absolutely. So I tell you what, Larry, 41 minutes left before the kickoff. I was asking if it started at 7:30, and we all thought 7, but they might have backed it up. We should have found that out because we're going to fill this time right here.
Well, I'm hoping you're up on a lot of your stories today, Jay, because there's not a whole lot to talk about with the weather. Everybody can look outside and see what it's like. It's it looks like the rain has let up a little bit. So if that's the case, I'm sure they'll they'll welcome that. Still got a nice little breeze out there blowing, but I'm sure, like I said, the quarterbacks, running backs, as long as they have a dry ball to work with, they'll be fine.
A pretty good group of people up here in the press box. Got Michelle Garman to our right. That's where Randy Bagley is to her right. Nick Comer was up here. He'll be back, run the scoreboard. And I have a new announcer tonight. He was been announcer this season. Would you like to expound upon that?
What's that now?
We have a new announcer, and we're fortunate to have a new announcer. Our former announcer is in heaven.
Absolutely, Kyle Degler, a good friend of mine and brother, and went to be with the Lord late last summer, and came. It meant a lot to a lot of these boys. In fact, every one of these guys played with him. I think the seniors were his first team that he had coached here, and TC graduate, Tri-Central, and just a super guy, and was the voice of the Blue Devils here on Friday nights for the last 6-7 years.
We have the basketball voice of Blue Devil basketball in the gymnasium. His voice is perfect for basketball. You probably know him.
Oh yeah. Well, we've run into him a few times, so haven't got up to go to quite as many high school basketball games, but they've got a very good team last year. Going to have another good one this year.
I think they were 24-4 last year. They played a pretty tough team. I think it was Fort Wayne Blackhawk.
Yeah. They, like I said, had a very good team, a very young team, and got a couple guys to replace, obviously, shooting guard and that kind of thing. But they'll be solid again.
Yeah, and Swanee Bird, he's not going to shoot threes this year. He's going to be playing in college. Maybe not a super big college, but he'll be playing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Where's he at? I'm not sure where he's at.
So I imagine Michelle Garman would know where Swanee Bird's playing basketball this year. Nolan? Anderson University. So what we're talking to Miss Garman, we'll talk about, I tell you what, I know you're a good sports writer. You probably heard us say that. You probably rewound it and heard it again and again because Larry commended you pretty good. But I tell you what, you're wearing a green shirt right now that says Packers.
Lifelong Packers fan is what I am.
Hey, what Bears fan, Coach Gosnell, he asked me to let his wife know he'd like to give a shout out. I think her name is Kelly. Kelly Gosnell. He said, hey, give a shout out to Kelly Gosnell tonight. She might be home. They said she's a fair weather fan.
Well, hey, Kelly, shout out to you. I would say have dry clothes out. Waiting on, your husband probably already has them here, but you're probably smart to stay home.
There's not a lot of folks here. They thought they should have known it was going to start at 7, but they're not here. I know, but if they thought it was going to start at 7, they're not here. They're probably not going to be here.
Probably not, but I think we did a nice job. I know I do the Central Indiana Sports podcast with Greg Mingelt, and we've mentioned it last weekend, and we mentioned it this weekend in our preview podcast and everything, that it was starting at 7:30. I tweeted it out earlier that the game was starting at 7:30 tonight, or last week. So, but I still don't think, even though it's Tipton homecoming, I still don't think you'll see a ton of fans here. This is actually mild. I think the weather's only going to get nastier the next 3 hours. So
we'll see. We'll hope the quarterbacks can handle the wind. But I tell you what, last week we thought it was going to start at 7:30. We started 8:30.
Yeah, well, last week was an 8 o'clock kickoff because for Rensselaer, that
turned it back. Yeah,
makes it 7 o'clock their time. But yeah, because of the thunder and lightning, I'm going to give a little heads up and a little shout out to Tipton Athletic Director Corey Fernung for kind of keeping an eye on the weather and making sure the guys didn't take the field for pregame until a certain time, because being smart enough to know that if they come out and there's lightning and you go back in, then the 30 minutes starts from the time that you take them out off the field. But if you don't bring them out onto the field till the lightning's passed, then they can stay out there until there's more lightning. So to do that, to go ahead and push the kickoff back to 8:30 when he did at that time, and allowed them to take the field a little bit later. And then the same thing with the extended halftime. It was smart to keep them inside instead of letting them come back out here, warm up, and then lightning hit, and then having 30 more minutes. So it was a late enough night. But the way that played out, what's funny is the Tri-Central game got over with after the Tipton Rensselaer game last week, and yes, it did. And their kickoff was supposed to be at 7. It got pushed back to 7:30, 7:36. They had halftime. I think they came back out, were warming up, and they sent them back. So they had to wait for all that lightning delay. So they their second half got started after Tipton's second half got started, and their game was over about half an hour to 45 minutes later than Tipton's.
10, 12, so many years ago, Hamilton Heights was going to play Lewis Cass. They came down to play. Lightning hit. They kept overlapping the 30 minutes. And by the time they got ready to play, it was after 9 o'clock. And IHSAA back then wouldn't allow a game to start after 9. I think it's different now.
Yeah, I think it is. And I think it kind of just depends on if you have a local curfew time or exception. But I do know, I'm pretty sure that last week's game, it wouldn't have mattered if it would have started at 10. Rensselaer didn't want to. I don't blame them. You don't want to make a 2-hour trip back down. So they were good to stay and get that game played. So, but it was smart the way they put them out on the field, the way they played the Lightning game and everything. And it was good. Tonight, right now, we don't have lightning, but there's a chance. There's some yellow, and whenever you get yellow, you never know if there's going to be a little red that come in there a little bit in the lightning. I just think the rain is just going to get a little heavier, and the wind is just going to get a little bit stronger.
And making up a football game is tough. Ritter and Central Catholic couldn't make up theirs, or they didn't.
Yeah, what happens is, and this is why I'm sure most of Indiana wanted to and was really, really hoping we didn't get a lot of heavy storms through all of this, because if you have to postpone a lot of football games, it comes down to officials, being able to get officials on Saturday. And a lot of the really good high school officials, they are officiating NAIA college football, D2, D3. So their schedules are on Saturday. So then it's being able to find officials, finding a time that fits them and then fits the two teams that need to play. So,
well, you know more than the average Bear.
Well, I'll take a dig at Chicago Bears fans.
About Coach Gosnell.
Hey, I will take a Bear. It's not hard to know much more because all those Chicago Bears fans always think they've got the next great quarterback. And, I say if I was a quarterback in college, I wouldn't want to be drafted by the Bears, especially in the first round. Because I call it the dearth, the judgery of Chicago Bears is where a draft choice goes to die, or
How about Caleb Williams last week? He threw for 363, and the Colts beat them.
Yeah, I thought that's okay if the Bears take Caleb Williams number 1. I was never sold on him. When you watched USC play, the games he played poorly, and he was a poor leader. His body language was terrible and different things. He just didn't. And, you've got to be a good leader. You've got to lead, your body language can't be bad. You can't pout.
I heard some pre-interviews with him before the preseason started. I think he has an interview coach now.
Well, he probably does, but I tell you what the telling point was. I thought it was after the Texans game. I don't know if you all saw that clip, but C.J. Stroud meets him at midfield, and he's trying to tell him, hey, it's going to be, and everything, and give him advice. And granted, CJ is just a second-year quarterback, but he did well last year.
CJ had 5 picks last year, that's all.
Yeah, and so, but Caleb Williams kind of blew him off, and I just thought, hey, you shouldn't, that's the way you feel, fine, but don't do it to where people can see that that's what you're doing, because you got to know that level now with social media and cameras, those clips are going to get out there. And so, I will say this too. I think part of the problem with the Bears is I don't know that they've ever found a really, really good offensive coach. And I think you have to have a good offensive coach, coordinator, quarterbacks coach. And coaching does matter. Look at Justin Fields, what he's doing in Pittsburgh. Is he throwing for big numbers? No, but he's got the Steelers are 3-0 because
one of 4 unbeaten teams left in the NFL: Vikings, Seahawks, and the Bills.
Yeah, and then another thing, coaching. right there looking at your Vikings. Coaching matters because you look at Sam Darnold and what Kevin O'Connell has done with him. I thought Kirk Cousins was playing well under Kevin O'Connell. Coaching matters. Look at LaFleur in Green Bay. I mean, Malik Willis, everybody wrote him off. He's 2-0 as the Packers starter. I just think that it does matter. You have to have a coach that knows how to get on the same, motivate, but have a good rapport or good communications.
No, they didn't make him. Oh, yeah, Brian's song. We've already talked about that, bro. We talked about Brian's song, Larry. You remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. But favorite sports movie ever. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that in the game not too long ago. And then during that week, I found it playing. I watched the rest of it.
Well, yeah, you never miss it if it's on. And I saw it's on Amazon Prime, so you can get it anytime you want for about $3. So great movie.
I tell you what, Brian's song and Smoking the Bandit, I got to watch that one when I see it on.
Yeah, I got mine. Mine are Gladiator and Forrest Gump. I got to watch those all the time.
I'm talking about Smokey and the Bandit 1. They tried it. You can never outdo the first one.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. So like I said, I got a short list of Saving Private Ryan, ones like that I got to watch whenever I see them.
I tell you what, there's some good football movies out there, but they make good movies now. It's good to sit down and just forget about life and watch the movie.
Yeah, it's hard to find one that you can take the family to anymore, unless it's a Disney musical, and even those are getting a little edgy. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's I just can kind of get sick of they're remaking all the Batman and Superman over and over and over again. It gets a little old.
Yeah, they can't do that. I tell you what, my wife was watching Tom Cruise, and what's that movie with the airplane?
Oh, Top Gun.
Yeah, she was watching that. I don't know if I think Tom Cruise is why she was watching it.
That could be. Yeah, but there's one that I think the remake that they made with Top Gun Maverick last year. I think it did a good job with that. Telling a different story, but still, that same Top Gun theme. So I enjoyed that one.
Very much so. And so that is Michelle Garman. I tell you what, Michelle Garman. We'll talk about her ad. We'll mention Michelle Garman. She works feverishly. She's one of the supporters for Blue Devil football. We'll mention 28 minutes, 50 seconds left on the pregame. I tell you what, Larry, we didn't know we were starting at 7:30. We'd have started a half an hour less, but we hope that we can provide some good listening for whoever wants to listen.
Well, you should have brought your guitar, AJ. We could have put on a little song and dance up here, but yeah, we're going to grasping at straws a little bit, but we'll keep talking.
Sounds good. We'll mention Michelle Garman. Michelle Garman for comprehensive coverage of Tipton County sports. Check out the Tipton County Tribune. The printed edition is published every Wednesday, but one does not have to wait until Wednesday for sports stories as well as other stories, including breaking content. It's also available online at TiptonCountyTribune.com. Tipton County Tribune, we'll mention. The Tipton County Tribune is now owned by Cherry Road Media. A subscription to the printed edition also includes an online subscription. Online subscriptions are also available. One can also follow Michelle Garman on X. Yep, that's Twitter. You knew that by now. She's on X. We'll mention this. You can reach her at the @ Michelle, 2 L's, _Garman. That's at Michelle, MICHELLE _Garman with an O-N for updates and scores for Tipton County sports teams. Fans are also encouraged to like the Tipton County Tribune page on Facebook. Michelle can also be found on Instagram under her name. That's Michelle Garman. And Michelle Garman tells us she's got a podcast. Let's talk to her just a moment here, see if she can let you know how to access.
Actually, the podcast is a podcast started by Greg Mengelt. I'm just on it a few times a week. He and I will do it on Friday. We always Friday nights after the football games. We do a wrap up. But it's the Central Indiana Sports Report with Greg Mengelt. and it is on Spotify, Apple. There's some YouTube. Wherever you get your podcast, you can look it up. Central Indiana Sports Report with Greg Mengelt. He's got it on Facebook. He's got a Twitter or an X account, and that's at CISR underscore. And then if you start that, you'll see it on Twitter, and you can hit it. So yeah, it's he started it last spring and went full-time official this fall. And it's fun. He does a great job. The podcast primarily covers the Central Indiana Conference, Tipton and Tri-Central, with Hamilton Heights, and then like LaPel. It's mainly Madison, Tipton County, Northern Hamilton County, some Delaware County, Howard County, peripheral Howard County, I know, and Grant County, because Scott Hunt, Brian Gaskins also guest on the podcast, as do Rob Hunt and George Brimmer from the Anderson newspaper. George Brimmer is the Colts expert. So, and here comes the wind in the ring.
Feels good. That is wind. But I tell you what, also got to mention, Larry, tonight after the game, they usually start at about 9:30, making sure the game that's all called on being called on 107.5 is over. I have had to wait for that to end. It was a Zionsville game 1 week. So you got to wait about 9:30. Bob Level, he has a sports show on Friday night and Saturday night, 9:30 to midnight. On Friday night, he talks to a lot of coaches, talks about the games, lets you know the scores happening in Indiana, or at least the central Indiana area. But Bob Level, I tell you what a gentleman.
Oh, yeah, and he's got contacts all over the state. He gets, like you said, a lot of coaches calling in, and does a great job keeping, football fans of high school football well-informed across the state.
You can check him out, 107.5. That's local. That's Indianapolis. That's where you can hear JMV, John Michael Vincent. If you didn't know, that's his stage name. I happen to know his real name, but I'm not going to say it right now. But he's got a couple of kids. Anyway, I knew him back when he was behind Mark Patrick, waiting on his opportunity.
Oh, yeah, Mark Patrick. What's he doing these days? I haven't seen him around very much.
Last I knew, he was on internet TV, and I just know his real name is Storen, and his son, tremendous pitcher, Drew Storen, and Drew Storen threw some heat.
Absolutely, yeah. Their boy's coming down in sheets now, just looking at across the way here. It's blowing something fierce now.
My goodness, Larry, we are fortunate that we are here. It's a bless. This is the first time we've ever done a game from Put Me in Sports inside the press box at Tipton.
Yeah, we picked a good one to do it in too, because it's the only one that rivaled this. I think last year up at Rensselaer Central, we were in the press box, and thank goodness we were, because it was about like this tonight.
We'll have an option next week also. We'll see how that weather turns out. But yeah, it is coming down sideways, big time rain.
Yeah, just sheets and sheets of it. It looks like we're down in Florida right now. I'm sure they're getting hit worse than this, but we're getting our share.
They said the biggest city that was going to get hit is Tallahassee.
Yeah, I heard it was going to roll up on Panama City, and that's it's kind of old spring break stomping grounds, and so I hope it doesn't get hit too bad. But that whole Panhandle area is going to get hit pretty hard, I guess.
I mentioned on the way up here, Brian Wilkes does a heck of a job. I think he's my age also. He's been at Fox 59 for over 30 years. But I think he mentioned the width, how wide this storm is, 500 miles.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's when it stays out there in the ocean and keeps picking up moisture, it's got to dump it somewhere. And those areas also, that storm surge is what's so damaging as well. But so we wish them all the best and prayers for everybody down that neck of the woods.
We had a dry month of September going. We went 12 days, they say, with a non-measurable rain, and now look what we're getting the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, with all that heat, my front lawn was turning brown, but it's nice and green now. But it's always nice and green here at Ford Field, though, right?
It's nice with this synthetic field turf. I tell you what, they play soccer on it. The cheerleaders come out, practice on it. In the springtime, baseball players come out and throw some true hops. I tell you what, anymore you think about it, a lot of schools, quite a few, have synthetic field turf on at least something.
Well, it's a lot of money to put in, obviously, and you always hear people grumbling about that, and even longtime town people, but when you see the amount of maintenance that costs, that it saves over a length of time, it's definitely worthwhile, and like I said, if you're playing on a real grass field tonight, you sure wish you'd have this.
Sheridan Blackhawks this summer, I got a video when they were working theirs up. They got turf now. Bud Wright still coaching. Bud Wright, one of the best guys going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's an institution, that's for sure. And it's fortunate to have him still around and walking the sidelines over Sheridan.
He wouldn't have it any other way. He is such a mentor to so many.
Yeah, and we mentioned a few weeks back that he had a little scenario over there that wasn't too pleasant, but he only knows one way to coach, and that's the right way. And no pun intended there, but he coaches them hard, and he coaches the type of football that we all grew up playing, and still is winning football today. So he's mentored a lot of young men, and not just football, but in life as well. And working hard, doing the best you can every time. And those are the type of the lessons that coaches like he teach every day.
Larry, you played football. I tell you what, you got to admit that a football coach has several players. Heritage tonight have 60. Coach Toll has 41. They lead them in direction. They lead them in manners. They teach them good discipline. And for the guys that don't go on and help the United States in the service, they have already got a dose of what the service would be. And I'm going to commend Trevor Ramsey. Trevor Ramsey went to the service. He helped put me in sports for 1 year. I asked him if he was coming back the next year. He let me know he was in the service.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I just was preaching to the guys the other day that I coach in the middle school. We've got a seventh grade group that's very tight-knit group. Everybody's at everybody's house, and the eighth grade's just not that way. And, we just talked about, being a brotherhood. And once you step on that football field, you've got the guy next to you's back, and you expect him to have yours. And it is. I really think football is the closest thing to that military mentality that you can have out there. And I remember guys that I played with I didn't necessarily like, but boy, if they were in a fight, I was in it too. And that's just, that's what this game teaches you. And, just that camaraderie and that looking out for the guy next to you.
Absolutely. So what the Blue Devils, they're in the locker room. They got in the locker room. We'll mention Heritage Patriots still out on the field running time-ups from their own 30. They're going towards the scoreboard, 30 yards out. They're working shotgun. They got one running back. Coach let me know. I was talking about Nasser, the running back. And we'll mention we was talking about him as we look up here. Nasser was number 5. He was telling me it's going to be Webster. Webster's going to get most of the carries tonight. And we'll talk about Webster when that happens. We'll bring his abilities and what he achieves to the attention of whoever is listening.
Yeah, so one of them walking in a boot. Now, I don't know if that was him or not, but it sounds like it was. Yeah, I'm hearing down the line here that their star running back walked in a boot, so that might play into Tipton's hands pretty well tonight. But I'm sure they've got somebody behind him that's ready, willing, and able to lug the rock as well.
So we were talking about they're pretty good drive, 98.4 miles. Not sure if Larry has that, but anyway, we'll mention Heritage. They're going to play tonight with 60 on their roster. We're going to jog off into the locker room now. The game clock has 17 minutes left. It's going down, but that rain is coming down sideways. As you said, Larry, it is in sheets. You can see it just in front of the light going from the northwest to the southeast. It's just what Brian Wilkes said.
Yeah, it does. When you say sheets, that's what it looks like. It looks like a visual sheet flapping in the breeze. but it's rain, and there's a lot of it, and it's coming down hard.
Last week we spoke with Coach Chris Meeks. I think it was back in 2015. He played a semi-state game, sub-zero. It was freezing cold. I'll go ahead and mention how much of a wimp I am. I watched the first half. I had headphones on listening to the radio while I was watching it. That's the way to do it. And then at halftime, I went to Pizza Hut. Across town, and I was just going to get something to eat. I said, hey, it's warm in here. My headphones work in here? Yes. I stayed in there and listened to the second half.
That's the you get smarter the older you get, don't you, AJ?
I don't know about smart.
Well, I just I don't know whether it's smarter, it's less tolerance for pain. I don't know which one it is, but we make better decisions. Let's put it that way.
It was the coldest football game I've ever been to, and they kicked a field goal to beat Central Catholic 17-14. Went on next week to capture the win, and they ran the table that season, 15-0.
Well, yeah, I remember that a couple of years back, but I just remember a game, actually when my son was playing for Hamilton Heights over at Western, a sectional game, and it was raining. It had been raining for 3 days, and they, of course, have the grass field over there, still do, and he got tackled on a crossing route, and 2 guys on top of him, and he said, Dad, he said, I almost drowned. He said, my face was underwater. I opened my eyes, I was underwater. But, that field got tore up that night. But it's, so like I said, when you got this field turf, everybody is more than happy to play on this.
If we were watching this game tonight, if it didn't have field turf this season or last season, that rain last week, this field would be a mess.
Tore it up. Yep, absolutely.
So we'll mention 14:40 on the pregame clock. I'd like to also mention going to happen. It's going to be October 13th, the 2024 IHSAA football tournament pairing show. This year it's going to be don't quite know where you can hear it visually. We're going to set this down for the national anthem. We'll go ahead and finish that. Sunday, October 13th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. will be the pairing show. We'll have more information coming up. It's probably going to be on ihsaatv.org, but we'll let you know for sure. You can hear it on IHSAA radio stations around the state of Indiana. But it will be visual. I do believe it will be visual. We'll try to let you know that then. Larry, check this out. We were talking about Trevor Ramsey. Trevor Ramsey must be listening. Trevor texted me. He said, maybe the Army can let me do some broadcasting as a side gig. And then he says, ha-ha. He says, go Blue Devils. Trevor Ramsey didn't get to play every down in his high school career, but I felt very blessed to have him up here with me.
That sounds great, yeah. Sure he helped you out quite a bit.
He did, just like you, Larry. I appreciate you. And we're going to talk a little bit about tonight's ball game. We'll mention a little bit about each school. We'll talk about the visiting team on the scoreboard. It's going to be the Heritage Patriots. A lot of people ask me this week, Heritage Christian? No. It's Heritage Patriots. They're a little bit southeast of Fort Wayne. And I think about 98.4 miles, and I-69 is the way to go. There were two other methods to get there, but you increase the mileage for each method. So you don't want to do that. So we'll mention Heritage Patriots. They do have a school enrollment of 507. They are 3A, Class 3A, Sectional 28. There are 8 in their sectional. In their sectional is Mississinawa. They're currently 5-0. Heritage, they're 4-1. Delta, 3-2. Norwell, 2-3. Fort Wayne Lures, 4-1. Jay County, say a prayer for Jay County. Jay County's high school took the brunt of a tornado this week, and they're going to make it back, but they've got some cleanup to do.
Yeah, sounds like they got a roof tore off, and I think even up in Taylor they had a building damage as well.
So Jay County, they are the Patriots also. They're 2-3. Oak Hill, they're 3-2. And Belmont, they're 0-5. We'll mention the principal at Heritage Patriot High School is Rebecca Christensen. The athletic director is Tim Burton. The athletic secretary, she was most instrumental to put me in sports. We are thankful for Leslie Johnson. She helped with the pronunciations. And she also sent us the roster and I think the depth chart. But we appreciate Heritage Patriots for their opportunity to help us. We thank them. Heritage High School is located at 13608 Monroeville Road. That's in Monroeville, Indiana, 46773. You can reach them by phone at 260-446-0140. You can find them on the web at heritageathletics.net. They wear the collars red, white, and blue. They perform in the Allen County Conference. There are 7 teams in the Allen County. We'll mention the overall record, and we'll mention the conference record. Presently at number 1 is Bluffton Tigers. They're 5-0 on the season. They're 3-0 in the Allen County Conference. At number 2 is Adams Central. They're currently 4-1. They're 2-0 in the conference. Heritage, 4-1. They are currently 2-1 in the conference. At number 4 is Jay County. Number 5, Woodland. Number 6, South Adams. And number 7 is Southern Wells. We'll let you know that football facility there at Heritage High School is Heritage Stadium. They have also synthetic field turf. And I will mention they're currently 4-1. They're 2-1 in the Allen County Conference. They average, now this is an average. It doesn't do justice, but it sounds good. Average offensive output per game in 5 games, 29.4. Defensively, they give up an average of 13.6. We'll mention along the season thus far. They had South Adams first week, and South Adams was defeated by Heritage. That was 27-20. I take that back. Let me go back up this direction. No, that's the Tipton, excuse me. Belmont was their first opponent, Heritage Patriots. Heritage got the win 46-7. Second game was Fairfield. Heritage got another win, 21-0. Woodland was their third game, and Heritage got the win 28-6. Their fourth game was with South Adams, and South Adams was the opponent first game for Tipton. Tipton got the win this year. We'll talk about that in a second. But we'll mention Adams Central got the win against Heritage last week, 33-14. And you got to know Adams Central was runner-up last season in Class 2A to Lutheran. And I will also mention the Blue Devils here in just a moment. Larry will get that in just a moment. And we'll also let you know that the coach of the Heritage Patriots, he was kind enough to do a pregame interview. Very nice guy. I tell you what, the guy knows a lot. He also coaches baseball. I think he said JD baseball, but he is definitely qualified to coach about anything. That is Coach Jeremy Hollinger. Jeremy Hollinger, the head coach of the Heritage Patriots. He's working in year number 1, head varsity football coach, 4-1 on the season. His occupation, he teaches special education. And we'll also mention the next game on the agenda next Friday, October 4th. 7 p.m. It's going to be an Allen County Conference game Heritage Patriots at 4-1. They're currently 4-1. They'll be at the Bluffton Tigers at 5-0. That will be a good conference game. Here's Larry with the Tipton Blue Devils.
Yep. Thank you, AJ. Yes, we're Tipton Blue Devils. Enrollment is 454 in Class 2A, Sectional 36. There are 8 teams in that sectional. Tipton is currently 4-1. Rochester at 4-1. Eastbrook 3-2. Alexandria 3-2. Blackford 2-3. Eastern 1-4. Wabash 1-4, and Elwood 1-4. Principal at Tipton High School is Mr. Craig Leach, Athletic Director Corey Fernung, and Athletic Trainer Mr. Burke Emmert. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. Phone number is 765-675-7431. You can find them at tiptonathletics.com on the internet. Colors are blue and white. They perform in the Hoosier Conference. Big School Division has 5 teams this year. Currently, Logansport is 4-1. Hamilton Heights 1-4. West Lafayette 3-2. Twin Lakes 2-3, and Western 0-5. In the small school division, 4 teams. Tipton Blue Devils 4-1. Lafayette Central Catholic 4-0. Benton Central 0-5, and Rensselaer Central 1-4. Tipton Sports Complex here, Tipton Ford Field, has synthetic turf. They are 1-0 right now in the small school division. Coach Aaron Toll is career 140 wins versus 82 defeats in his 20th year. He is a Tipton High School graduate from 1990 and an Indiana University graduate of 1995. Next game will be Friday, October 4th at 7 p.m. when Tipton Blue Devils will go on the road and to take on the Lafayette Central Catholic Knights.
Thank you. Hey, thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. I tell you what, we'll go ahead and mention. We'll talk about a support sponsor here in a moment, and then we'll talk about the games getting ready to happen tonight and games that did take place last week. Last week in the Hoosier Conference, September 20th, Week 5, final scores. Tipton right here, home game, got the win last week against Rensselaer Central, 14-0. That was a good ball game. Blue Devils, they carry over tonight. I'm very interested. We'll also mention last week's 7 o'clock start. Frontier Falcons traveled to Benton Central to battle with the Bison. Frontier got the win, 56-14. 7:30 start last week. Central Catholic Knights, they traveled to West Lafayette, did battle with the Red Devils. Coach Shane Fry right there at West Lafayette. He is a gentleman. He's got a winning percentage just around 84%. But anyway, Central Catholic got the win over West Lafayette last week, 12-7. And a 7 o'clock start last week at Logansport, the Berries. They went against Twin Lakes Indians. Coach Kevin O'Shea traveled to Logansport. Logansport got the win, 40-13. And a 7 o'clock start last week. The game of the teams that had not won yet, they were both 0-4. Western traveled to Hamilton Heights. And Hamilton Heights got the win 21-6. My dad texted me. It was 6-0 at halftime. Hamilton Heights got 3 touchdown passes in the third quarter. Here's Larry.
Thanks, AJ. Talking about games tonight, September 27th, Week 6 in the Hoosier Conference. At 7 o'clock, Benton Central traveling to Twin Lakes. Hamilton Heights will travel to Logansport, and big schools show off. 7:30 right here at Tipton Ford Field. Heritage Patriots in a non-conference game versus the Tipton Blue Devils. 8 p.m., Rensselaer Central will travel to Lafayette Central Catholic. And at 7 o'clock, West Lafayette will travel to Western.
Hey, thanks, Larry. Appreciate that. And so there are some fans in the stands. They're buckled up. They've got plastic over themselves. They are true Blue Devil fans. And even across the way, Heritage travels nicely across the way. And we'll also mention this game is being brought to you in part by The Shack. Hey, Blue Devil fans, looking for for that perfect spot before or after the game? Swing by the Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. We've got something for every team member. Whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or ready to tackle a Shack stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. And that's not all. They've got your game day staples like cold beer, refreshing cocktails, and their loaded spiral potatoes. Bring your game face, your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at the Shack, located at 311 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. Check out them on Facebook. Stay up to date on their specials and events. See you at the Shack. So Blue Devils and Heritage. Have they had a coin toss yet? Nope, going to happen right now. At least the simulation, this is probably going to be the real McCoy coin toss. So we'll see how the coin toss goes. Captains go out there. Dallas Capshaw. Not Chase, but Cole Hussey. Jack Roach is out there, and Calvin Condit. And you look out there, they have a tall guy out there. He's 6'6". He's going to play tight end. Zeke Litchfield. He's just a junior, 6'6". And you look out there, he's got 4 touchdown passes caught. And they got some guys with quarterback sacks. They got guys with interceptions. Okay, so here comes the coin toss, and tackles, total tackles, and you got solo and this. So here we go. They're getting ready to toss it. They're explaining, letting them know what kind of coin they're tossing. Because if you know it's a quarter, it could be commemorative or it could be the weighted side on the regular quarter where you always call heads. So they're talking them up right now. I tell you what, that umpire, not near as tall as all those guys, maybe Calvin Condit. And somebody got the toss right. Let's see what's going to happen. They're all jumping up and down, but they're ready to go. I don't think it really matters who takes the opening toss here.
No, I don't know whether I'd want to play defense or offense first in this driving rain. Probably defense, but we'll see what happens.
It is for sure coming down sideways from the north to the south, northwest to the southeast. So it's coming down right here. Everybody's soaked. It's outside. There's no choice. The coaches, they just got to overlook it. I tell you what, Larry, it's about like a freezing cold game in the NFL. They don't wear sleeves. They just ignore it.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I was talking about some of the boys today. I said when I was playing, if they had a pad, I wore it because I was getting somebody with something. But yeah, the short sleeves here, it's a couple weeks here. It'll be getting pretty chilly for that.
I tell you what, I got a text in here from a friend. It says power lines are down, reported on East 266th Street between Devaney and Ernest Road. That's what they're telling me. Well, we'll see what happens, but we don't want to be too spoiled because sometimes we get spoiled.
Yeah, absolutely.
So electricity is a commodity. So they're going to kick off. Nathan Hawkins spotted right there at the 40-yard line, left hash. They're going to line up deep man, kickoff return, punt return. It's going to be Braden Walter. He wears number 12. He's 6'1", 180. Yeah, he's a pretty good role player. There goes the wind. They're gonna have to hold that. They'll have to hold it the second time it blows off, but they'll elect to hold it after it blew off one time.
Holding that ball, Zach Emberton, number 10, going to hold the ball for Nathan Hawkins, kicking the ball off, kind of squib. Okay.
So they're going to fall on it. It was a squib kick. It was in no man's land, and Heritage jumps on the football. They'll take it about the 28-yard line, and they'll go from there. So they're going to spot it at about the 28. It's going to be 1st and 10. Heritage Patriots going to put it in play. They'll use it from the right hash. And we're going to see an offense that primarily Eli Tagulis, their quarterback, he's a senior, 6'1", 155. He wears number 17. He throws the ball well, but he doesn't carry the ball a whole lot on the season so far, carrying the football. 6 carries for 16 yards. Ball's back in the backfield. Ball loose. and it's recovered.
Yeah, quarterback went right over his head, and first bad snap of the night, and Slade Springer was in there to cover him, but they got the ball back. Patriots will have the ball at about right at the 15.
It might be whoever wins the turnover battle in this game.
It could very well could be.
So they're going to go back to the line of scrimmage. Second down. They're calling it 23 on the board. Shotgun. The handoff, single man in the backfield. Who goes left side? About the 3-hole. They veer it out. Blue Devil's going to meet him not too far off the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be spotted out to the 14.5-yard line. It's going to be third down long.
Like Joseph Vaughton and maybe Grayson Weatherall on the tackle.
So Vaughton, the freshman, he plays on the down line. He'll be the right defensive end as a freshman. So they're going to break huddle. Heritage Patriots. Third down. We've just begun. Play clock is at 10. The game clock is rolling. 11-18. Shotgun snap. He'll take it. He'll pitch it right. They'll go around the right end, try to break contain. The Blue Devils are there to make the tackle. It's going to be a minimal gain, and the Blue Devils are going to force them to punt. Blue Devils going to get a 3-and-out. So they'll get off the field, and a good play there by the Heritage sideline.
Yeah, Brady Henderson on the tackle there from his outside linebacker position for the Blue Devils.
So Brady Henderson causing the havoc right there. Brady Henderson, 23 tackles on the season, 13 or solos. So I'm going to work it right there when I see the punting unit out there for Heritage. You're going to stand at about the 2.5-yard line. That's deep. That's about a 15-yard college and NFL deep. So it'll rock right there. It's going to bounce at the Heritage 39. It'll get a favorable bounce for Heritage. But he was punting against a severe wind. It goes out to the Heritage 44-yard line. Blue Devils are going to have good field position.
Yeah, they'll be looking to put it together here. Let's see. The ball's rolling on the ground. Nobody even touching it. It's just rolling. Yeah, the wind's incredible out here. So we'll see if the Blue Devils can handle the ball any better than the Patriots.
So Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun. Number 2, freshman quarterback, 6 foot 170. Quinn Toll, single in the backfield. Calvin Condit trips to the right. Garmin out there, and Dallas Captel going to hand off left side. Ball carrier Calvin Condit. He'll shrug off a would-be tackler, get a couple of extra yards with good effort. He'll get a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You look like number 11, Gary Gerber, junior linebacker on the tackle.
So Blue Devils, 2nd down. They're calling it 5 on the board. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Heritage. First possession, Blue Devils, but they are traveling with the wind. They're going away from the scoreboard. Shotgun snap. Quinn Toll hands off again. Calvin Condit. He'll jump a would-be tackler. Not really recommended, but that was a low jump. Not very much elevation on that jump. He'll get a positive gain. He's going to be about a half a yard shy of a first.
Yeah, number 9, Mason Abbott from his middle linebacker position on the stop for the Patriots.
So Quinn Toll to the huddle, checks the wristband, calls the play. The break huddle in unison with a hand clap. 20 seconds on the play clock. Game clock moving at 9:20. Shotgun. Quinn Toll trips to the right. Capshaw, Garmin, and Joe Klauser. The handoff. Didn't get a first. They met him right there at the line of scrimmage. They're going to call it just a little bit of a loss on the play. It's going to be 4th down, less than 1. 4th and less than 1, Larry.
Yeah, I think with the conditions, I think probably the Blue Devils going to go for it here and see if they can't punch it for that extra half a yard and get the first down.
We may see Quinn Toll. I'm not sure. If he lines up in a shotgun, then we're not going to see Quinn Toll on a quarterback sneak. So we're going to line up at the 35-yard line, just inside the right hash. Play clock is good at 15. Trips to the right. Tight end left. They're going to go split left. It's going to be Quinn Toll. He'll go 3-hole, first down. Quinn Toll followed his blockers. Calvin Condit was out in front. Quinn Toll ducked his head and got it.
Yeah, big number 73 there. Charlie Riddle, all 6 foot, 275 pounds, a defensive lineman, fell on Quinn there, but not before he got a first down.
So first down, Blue Devils. They're going to spot the ball near the middle of the field. Calvin Condit needed 1. He got a couple, maybe 3 on the play. First and 10, Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line of Heritage. Three-man front for Heritage. Nose man, pretty good-sized young man. Dallas Capshaw right side at the H-back position. Going to call timeout. First timeout of the evening, either team. Blue Devils working right there. 7:59 on the game clock. And Blue Devils going to talk this over.
A little confusion there in the backfield. Isaiah Mahaney lined up on the left and looked like he was going to the right, and then went back to the left, and then came to timeout. So about to take a better look at it and explain themselves so that Isaiah could understand where he's supposed to be.
Absolutely. We'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop by, if only to browse around. They're at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, and plaques. Fast turnaround. Prices are low, so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies in Noblesville. Going to line up shotgun. Quinn Toll, single man in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Trips to the right. Isaiah Mahaney in there at H-back. He's going to block. Calvin Condon, the ball carrier. He'll go right side. He'll get a positive gain. Not a whole lot. He's going to pick up maybe one. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, 10.
Yeah, Mason Abbott again from his middle linebacker position for the Patriots brought him down. Minimal gain.
So the Blue Devils are going to break huddle. Game clock is at 7:36. Clock is moving. Second down, 10. 20 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun, Quinn Toll calling the cadence. Right at him, back in the backfield. Calvin Condon, he'll get the handoff. He'll cut up the middle. He'll go A-gap, left side of the center, and he'll get a good positive gain that time. He'll take it to about the 27-yard line of Heritage. Third down, 5.
That was a big number, 79, Ozette Pa, all 5'10", 316 pounds of nose guard on the tackle there.
So the Blue Devils putting a little bit of a drive together. I see Brogan Ferg on the sideline, staying loose. He's the kicker. Saw him kicking on Wednesday. He was kicking the ball well through the uprights. Going to work it left side, try to get the tackle in the backfield. And Calvin Condon shrugs it off, moves it forward. He's going to be just shy of a first down. They're going to mark it inside the 25 at about the 24 and a half. Third down and 1.
With safety Gary Gerber on the tackle for the Patriots coming up there, number 11.
So evidently power is still on in the Devaney Road. My wife texted me. So we're going to break out. Joe Clowns are going to line up split end right side. In the slot right there is Dallas Capshaw. Tight end, Zach Ridgway. Dakota Garman, the other side end. Going to take himself. It's going to be Quinn Toll, the ball carrier. He'll get the first down and then some. Ducks his head, holds the football. He'll come back over to the sideline. He'll get the play from Coach Shear.
Yeah, that was a nice lead block by Calvin Condon. Thought he had the ball, but Quinn just snuck in right behind him, found a little seam there, and got the first down.
So to the huddle. Ball has reached the red zone. Red zone, you don't want to have a turnover, don't want a penalty, and you don't want a quarterback sack. Learned that on NFL radio. Nearly lost the football there, picked back up off the surface. Calvin Condon, he'll take it to the 6-yard line. Calvin Condon going to pick up 4. It's second down, 6.
Well, that's not the way you want to get 4 yards, but went right through Quinn Toll's hands. And then Calvin picked it up and ran for about 4 or 5 yards. But not the way it was designed, but they'll take the game.
So usually when you drop the ball, it just flabbergasts everybody else, and you get a good game sometimes. So they'll snap the ball, quarterback. Shotgun, Quinn Toll. He's going to run it again. He'll go right side, nearly the same play he ran for the first down. Flag comes in on the play. We've gone a long time without a flag. Had to throw one. Personal foul, face mask. He didn't point a certain direction there yet. He said personal foul, face mask. We'll hope he'll point to the south, and he did.
Yeah, that looked like Quinn, I should say, kind of came in there and turned sideways. I thought he was trying to kind of slide through the hole there a little bit, but maybe he got his head yanked around.
So ball's going to be marked half the distance to the goal from the 15, 7.5-yard line. They're going to take it in. They're going to give us a bonus. They're going to give Tipton a bonus. Now they're going to back it up 2.5. 7.5-yard line. First and goal from the 7.5. So they're going to line up, split out wide left is Dallas Capshaw. Split out when it's slot right side is Garmin, along with Joe Clouser, split out wide right. Shotgun snap, handoff, taken. Going to be taken by Calvin Condon. He'll dive forward. He'll get to the 6. He did all he could. I tell you what, he got that yard and a half on his own.
Yeah, he bounced off a couple guys out there, but ran out of real estate here on the near sideline.
So ball's at the 6-yard line. Second down goal. Blue Devils trying to get an early score here in the first quarter. 4:34 left in the first. Blue Devils on the doorstep. They're going to line up in the backfield. Calvin Condon, shotgun quarterback. Quintoll, he'll take it himself. He'll dive it up. Right side of the center, A-gap, 2-hole. And he'll get what he can, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third and goal as that rain is coming down.
Like I said, big Ozette Paul in the middle. He's going to be a hard guy to root out of there in this slippery conditions, and being 316 pounds, it's going to be hard to move him.
So Quintoll to the huddle. Calling the play. Game clock, I should say the play clock. Might have started at 25. It's at 19. 3:54 clock moving first quarter. Split out wide left, Dallas Capshaw. Wide right, Joe Clouser. In the slot, Mahaney and Garmin. Shotgun snap, going to be pitched. Left side, Calvin Condon. He'll shed off a would-be tackler. He'll get down to the 2. It's going to be fourth and goal from the 2. Blue Devils want to score, but if they don't score, this is a pretty good place to leave the football.
Absolutely, and looked like the Patriots sent safety blitz and a linebacker blitz on that, so there was not a whole lot of place to go.
So fourth down goal from the 2. So Blue Devils wearing the blue jerseys, white pants for a home game. Heritage wearing the white uniforms for an away game. That's for football. Basketball is just the opposite in collars. They're lined up in a shotgun. Quintoll, single man in the backfield. Takes a snap. Going to hand off. Right side, trying to get to the goal line. He's going to be held up. We'll see if he's going to get there. He won't. He'll get to the 1. Couldn't get the 4th and 2 from the 2. But the Blue Devils are going to leave them at the 1-yard line for their second possession.
I'm sure the Blue Devils wanted to get the points on the board there, but right now, again, with the way the rain's coming down, a mishandled ball down here could be a touchdown or a safety. You never know. So we'll see how the Patriots handle the ball.
Landon Spidell in the ball game. He's a safety. And where's number 11, 6'2", senior, weighs in at 185. Definitely an athlete and a half. We're going to line it up. Shotgun. They're going to go shotgun about 3 yards deep. Single man in the backfield. Tagulis takes a snap. Could be difficult. They're going to bring it out there. They're bringing it out to the 3. Might be out to the 3. And I tell you what, that's a dangerous handoff from a shotgun to the single man in the backfield. And they're going to say he got out to about the 4-yard line. And they'll hold that ball still. They'll hold it still, keep the towel over it. You hope that towel can help, but how can it on a night like tonight?
They're going to have a lot of them because that thing's going to be soaked in no time.
So the linebacker umpire getting that duty with the towel. So they're going to line up in a shotgun. High snap, takes it, pitches it left in the end zone. He'll run it out there. He'll get out to the 10. He'll get out beyond the 10. Near the 15-yard line. He'll be a first down. Good ball carry right there for senior Braden Walter. Braden Walter, number 12, 6'1", 180.
Landon Spidell from the safety position brought him down, or it would have been a bigger game than that.
So they mark the ball out to the 15-yard line. Another first down. 14 yards on this drive so far. They move the sticks. So they'll go split right side, split left. Go under the center. They'll take that back. They go shotgun again. They'll pitch it right. Ball carrier is Walter. He got a positive gain, a good positive gain. He'll get beyond the sticks. He'll pick up another first down on a first down run. They'll tackle him out of bounds near the 28-yard line. It's going to be first and 10.
A good run. Cole Hussey pushed him out of bounds, but he's running hard out there.
So Nathan Hawkins getting the breather. Nathan Hawkins, he plays offense, defense. He's the kicker. He kicks off, and Brogan Ferg does the field goal kicking and the point after. Brogan Ferg, pretty darn good soccer player, and he was in on that at Honor Society Banquet on Wednesday. Handoff right side, 3-hole. Going to get out to about the 34-yard line on the carry. It's going to be first and about 3.
And Dallas Capstraw coming up from his safety position to make that hit.
So ball spotted, 34-yard line. Second down 4. So they break huddle. Heritage to the line of scrimmage. Split out, wide left is number 3, Lucas Weber. Lucas Weber going to carry the football in the ball game also. Lost the handle in the backfield. Did what he could, fell back on it. They gave up the possibility of gaining yardage. The ball is wet. Pitch goes left side out of the backfield, single back. That was Braden Walter. Braden Walter, the senior. You just can't have positive plays on every down.
Oh, Cole Hussey was mouth was watering there when he saw that ball on the ground and just didn't get there in time.
So ball's going to be spotted at the 29. Game clock is under a minute. 30 seconds. Clock is moving. So Heritage is running against the wind right now. They're going to get the wind at their back in the second quarter. They're going to hand off. Left to right, they'll go 2-hole. A positive gain, but not much. Not much. And then 12 seconds left. They're going to stop the clock. Timeout, Blue Devils. Third down, 7. They're going to call it 3rd and 8. And the Blue Devils called is that their second timeout?
I think so already, yes. Looks like Brady Henderson again and Slade Springer on the tackle from their linebacker spot.
So they're going to work it right there. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by CaminoandCompany.com. They're in downtown Noblesville. Their web address is Camino-and-company.com. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. It belongs to V.E. Witham. V.E. Witham owns that vehicle. He loans it out to his granddaughter, Carly. Carly at Camino and Company. And Carly had it last night, had an outing. Their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to Camino and Company's completion. You can explore their website. Again, that's Camino-ANP-company.com. And they are now booking 2024 brides. Contact them on the website. That's Carly at Camino and Company.
Yeah, I tell you, I can't believe this wind. It's it just does not letting up at all and just blowing harder and harder every minute, seems like.
It's definitely going to be a game-long situation. They're going to get used to it. Going to line up in punt formation. Heritage, 4th down. Nice snap, 15 yards deep. Nice punt. Against the wind, that is a good punt right there, and that is Cam Ronner. Ronner going to take it all the way down. Blue Devils didn't return it. They'll take it at their own 34-yard line. 0.6 of a second left. Blue Devils will snap it one time with the wind at their back, and then they'll invert the field. It'll be different.
Yeah, it sure will. It's having the wind at your back is a big difference tonight.
So Blue Devils to the line. Going to go to the huddle, actually. Bringing the ball in the play in the huddle is Quintoll. 0.6 of a second left. Blocks, balls resting. The Blue Devils 34 just inside the right hash. Trips to the right. Split out wide left is Capshaw. Quintoll in the shotgun. Sing him in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Got hand off on the wing reverse. Good jet sweep. Basically, with Isaiah Mahaney going to get what he could. He's going to lose maybe a yard on the play, and that's going to end out in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 11. When we come back, it'll be at the 33-yard line of Heritage.
A nice play by Lucas Weber, number 3, from his defensive back position to run that one down.
So we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear at Century 21. When you're thinking about residential or corporate relocations, you know a perfect house can soon become a perfect home. And Lisa Stokes Bear would like nothing more than to utilize her 20-plus years of experience to help you begin that process. Yes, real estate reliability is something a professional real estate agent and or real estate broker strives for, such as Lisa Stokes Bear. Your happiness and her success are two of the same. For the real estate lady with the high quality real estate IQ, contact Lisa Stokes Bear by cellular phone or by text message. You can reach her at 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. Lisa Stokes Bear. For the Blue Devils, they invert the field. Ball spotted at the 33 from the left hash. There's the line of scrimmage. They're going to use trips to the left side, short side of the field. They'll go double side. They'll go tight end right. That's Ridgeway. Shotgun. Quintola. They'll take the handoff. He'll take it himself. He'll go right side. Won't get a whole lot. If any, they're going to back him up. They're going to say he's going to be downed at the 32-yard line, and they'll have a third down at about 12.
Again, 73 Charlie Riddle made the tackle there for the Patriots.
So 73 Charlie Riddle.
Yep. Four sacks on the season so far, 22 solo tackles, yeah.
So Blue Devils going to line up in the shotgun. Third down, 12. Quintola calling the cadence, segmented backfield. It's Calvin Condon. Going to motion away, near motion. That was Mahaney. They're going to do a screen pass. Screen pass left side. Condon's got a good run. He's going to lose the handle. He goes out of bounds. Calvin Condon had that football in that left arm, and that's what they teach you. He got knocked out of bounds, and it goes out, and he's going to stay with the Blue Devils.
Luckily, he did bounce out of bounds and not up the field. So the 4th and 5 for the 4th and 6, I hear.
Blue Devils are going to try to flip the field here with Nathan Hawkins. Nathan Hawkins going to back up in punt formation. Blue Devils' first punt here in the ball game. Ball spotted at the 39 left hash of Tipton. So timeout. And they pointed, that umpire pointed towards, there we go, Heritage. There we go. So Heritage is going to call timeout, though. They had personnel difficulty. They were trying to get 73 off the surface. That's your buddy Charlie Riddle, 6'4", 275. And they didn't know if he's going to get off the surface, so they called timeout.
That's a lot of guy to get off the surface, too. Hope they had a couple of them to lift him up.
So that wind, that rain, tell you what, this is going to be a memorable game for a lot of folks.
It is. It's looking pretty nightmarish out there for both teams.
I tell you what, when they were talking about the hurricane, is that Helene, the hurricane? But I tell you what, when the guy said it, we got to protect our house, even if it's a minor hurricane, whether as if it's going to be a major one.
Well, this is definitely a major one if we're getting this from it, this far north.
Well, we don't decide to live in Florida, but we are fortunate to get the lesser of the hurricane tonight. So backed up in punt formation, Nathan Hawkins. He'll stand at the 27-yard line. The call for the snap. Snap is good. He'll boot it out there, low elevation, going to bounce. Going to bounce out of bounds. Blue Devil sideline at about the 38-yard line. Ball bounced, and it was catching it right there on the hop was Brogan Ferg.
Yeah, I saw that, but I tell you what, everything's a challenge tonight. Just snapping the ball, catching the ball, handing it off, carrying it, punting it. In this kind of weather, there's nothing easy out there tonight.
They're getting used to it, though. They're getting used to it.
But you ever get used to this?
So they're gonna, Heritage Patriots going to take the football. They'll be at the right hash, 38-yard line, their own 38. Split right, split left. They go motion away. That's 28. Zeke Litchfield. Zeke Litchfield, 6'6". Really good. Give a handoff. They'll bring it across the 40. They get a good positive gain. They're going to pick up 5 on the carry. It's going to be second down, 5, and a good ball carry.
Yeah, Calvin Condon did a nice job of bringing him down with about a 5-yard gain.
So second 5, balls resting at the Heritage 43-yard line. You can hear the wind. The wind is hitting the glass. Pretty good quality school right here at Tipton High School. Go shotgun. Motion away. Again, it's going to be Zeke Litchfield, 6'6". He'll line up as a left wing back. Lost the handle in the backfield. Going to fall back on it. That's a wet football, and Eli Tagulis did what he could. He fell back on the football. No gain, but he'll keep the ball.
Yeah, Calvin probably said, "I know how you feel," after he lost the one out of bounds there. Calvin was on the spot there with the fumble.
So they're going to mark it back at the 37-yard line. Try to keep that ball dry. And Blue Devils on defense. Clock moving just inside 10 minutes. 9:56 clock moving. Second quarter. No score. Blue Devils were on the doorstep at 4th and goal from the 2. And they just put the stop up. And they're going to pass it right side and make the catch. Was he inbounds? Out of the 50-yard line. So they're going to say he was out of bounds. Dropped the football. Look across the way there. Dropping the football. I believe it was Grayson Mullins. And well, they've got 9 guys who have caught passes this season from Tagulas.
Well, he's sure spreading it around. Yeah, and that's a good thing to have. When you got that many guys that can catch a ball, that's nice for a quarterback.
And I got to mention that Quintola, I believe, has 10 receivers he's used this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he likes to spread it around as well.
So they'll line up in punt formation. It's 4th down 11. Good snap. There's the boot. Line drive. Low elevation. We taken by Dallas Capshaw. We'll see. They'll pick it up at the 16. Ball bounced. I tell you what, that football can take a funny bounce. And Dallas Capshaw, I don't think anybody would have understood the bouncing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Dallas was thinking there, but yeah, that was one you probably just want to stay away from.
Actually, if he'd have caught that on the first bounce, Larry, he'd have had a chance. I'm trying to be difficult with you. I ain't.
No, I just, I graduated with a guy that returned punts for us. I say return punts, but I asked him what his return average was. He said, I only fair catch him. I don't run him with him.
2 against 1. Michelle Garman agrees with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I know how it is. So they're going to line up in a slot, right side Blue Devils. They got a stack near the slot. Garman in front. Shotgun formation. Quintola, hands off, left to right. Calvin Condon out to the 20-yard line. He'll get maybe to the 21. Condon going to bring it out, pick up about 5, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that was number 63, Caden Blevins, on the tackle there. Another 300-pluser, 6'1", 312 pounds.
So they got some big guys. And they also got to move. Blue Devils. I've got to mention Jack Roach. Jack Roach, 240. We miss, gentlemen, Mr. Ryland. So we'll go back the other direction. Handoff. Condon. He'll take it out to the 25-yard line. Blocking downfield. Jack Roach having a personal game right there. And I think that, Jack Roach and 63, Caden Blevins going at it.
Yeah, they were pushing each other around a little bit, and it looked like number 4, Brady Broyle on the.
Blevins and Roach are both juniors, so they'll get at it again next year when Tipton travels to Heritage.
I'm sure they will, yeah.
So they'll remember each other. Sub right there, Blue Devils. 3rd down 4. 3rd and 4, ball spotted at the 25-yard line, Tipton territory. So in a signal to play in, they'll call it in to Quintola, staying the hell right there. He'll distribute the play to teammates. They'll break huddle in unison with a hand clap. Ball spotted out to the 24-yard line. From the left hash, shotgun quarterback Quintola. In the backfield, Calvin Condon. Pretty good cadence right there. Cadence was good for Quintola. Quintola going to earn a first down by penalty.
Well, hey, tonight you'll take them any way you can get them, right?
So they'll mark off 5, and that's going to give the Blue Devils a first down, and they'll spot it at the 29 Blue Devil territory. So the ball's moving. It's north. It's pretty nice in here, but it's not out there. We're just fortunate this isn't snow. So they'll go from a shotgun. Quintola. Trips to the right. They're going to hand off Calvin Condon. He'll cut it back. He'll go against the grain. He'll go against the blocking scheme, but he'll still pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. Ball's going to be spotted at the 33-yard line. 2nd down, 7.
57 there was Trayshawn Washington on the stop for the Patriots.
So ball spotted out to the 33-yard line. Blue Devils break huddle. They'll go trips to the right. Mahaney, Carmen. And now to the left side is going to be Dallas Capshaw. Shotgun snap taken by Quintola. He'll hand off. Left to right, Calvin Condit. Condit going to move the pile. Calvin Condit moving the pile at 185 pounds.
Yeah, that was number 8. Aiden Bowers on the stop for the Patriots.
So they'll spot it inside the left hash. Clock moving, 6:55. The play clock is at 25. It started at 40. Blue Devils trips to the left. That's Mahaney, Carmen, and Joe Klauser. Split out wide right is Dallas Capshaw. Snap. Going to take it himself. Fake the handoff, and right there left side making the tackle, Alden Bowers. Bowers sniffed that out. You got to get a good fake in.
Yeah, absolutely, and Brady Boyle as well on the stop for the Patriots.
So they'll lose some yardage. It's going to be 4th down. We're going to see Dakota, I should say, Nathan Hawkins. He goes by Nathan. I asked him, would you like Nate or Nathan? He likes Nathan. So I'm going to line up deep, about 12 yards deep. Call for the snap. Good snap. You're going to boot it out there kind of uncontested. It's going to bounce at the 41 of Heritage. It's going to bounce on out of bounds. Walters decided not to try to make a play on it, to try to return it. So we're going to go back to the 37-yard line. And Heritage will have it at their own 37, 1st and 10.
Actually, it was a pretty good punt. Nathan kind of chopped at it and kept it low out of the wind and had a nice roll on it.
So it's going to be 1st down, 6 minutes straight up on the scoreboard. Clock stopped for change of possession. It'll start on the snap. Ball's at the 37 at the right hash. Split out wide right is Lucas Weber. Lucas Weber is a junior, 6'1", 168. Coming over to play right side. They're talking about something here. So no mouth guard, no snap. So I thought that had to be at the snap and then detect it. So he's going to go back out of the game. That was number 7, Lonte Castle. Coming in for Lonte. He's in the slot right side. Shotgun. Handoff left side. We get a positive game. Pick up about 2. And it's going to be a 2nd down, 9. They're going to call it 1 on the game.
Yeah, Calvin made a really nice tackle there. Nice form tackle. Hit him right in the numbers and wrapped him up and dumped him.
Calvin Condit on the season. He's got 28 tackles, 16 are solo. He's got 2 interceptions. And he's tied with Dallas Capshaw with 2 interceptions.
He's a very active guy, both offensively and defensively. He's a top-notch football player.
So they break huddle to the line of scrimmage, 38-yard line. Ball's just near the middle of the field. Heritage traveling to the south. They're going to take the handoff, take himself to Gulas. Gulas either missed the handoff or he just took it himself, and they'll get it back across the 40 to the 41. It's going to be about a 2nd and 6.
Like Joe Klauser, Joey Vaughtaw, and Grayson Wither on the stop.
So ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Clock moving, 4:55. 2nd quarter. No score here in the ball game. You wonder if there's much scoring going on around the state of Indiana. Some schools decided to not play the game. We know that Madison Grant has a very good coach. Very good coach. Brady, I should say. Turner. Going to hand off and push it. Left side on the pitch. 12 Walters. So that was senior, number 12, 6'1", 180, Braden Walters with the carry. And it's going to become 4th and about 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, again, Calvin Condit letting himself be known there on that tackle. Be 4th down in about 3.5, 4.
So they're going to line up in punt formation. They're going to send out to punt this one, Cam Ronner, senior, 5'9", 155. Walters just carried the football. He's the kickoff return, punt return man. And we'll see a 5'9", 155, Cam Ronner. He'll get the snap. They'll boot it down the middle of the field. It's going to be taken. Nope, going to be lost the handle right there. Trying to get down and make the play. And just difficulty right there. And Isaiah Mahaney, there's nobody more disappointed than him because he is a player.
Yeah, that ball just skidded on that wet turf, and that's the one thing with the field turf. You know, it gets that coat of water on it, and it just hydroplanes on you. And so, yeah, they are going to be in a decent position here, Patriots with the ball at about the, 28 looks like.
So there's one right there. There's a turnover. Turnover battle is going to be big. You know what's going to happen again. You just want a different direction. So they're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line, right hash. Heritage gets a gift. They got a gift. Let's see what they can do. 3:44. Blue Devils going to put up a defensive stand. Shotgun. Tagulas. Single man in the backfield. Slot right. Double tight end. Motion away is Walters. He'll get the pitch on a jet sweep. They're going to kill the play. They're going to kill the play with a flag from the East line judge. It's going to be against the Blue Devils. They'll lose 5. They're going to say that the Blue Devils were lined up in the neutral zone before the snap.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but I think the Patriots actually would like that play. They looked like they had a nice little play started there.
So they'll spot it at the right hash. They'll give him 5 yards. It's 1st and 5. Took some clock there, just a little bit. Didn't mean a lot on the down marker, but took some clock. 3:42 on the game clock. They'll start it here soon. Looking for the umpires. He's not going to start it. I guess it was change of possession, my ear. So they're working back to the left side. The quarterback, Tagulas. Tagulas fakes it up the middle. Tagulas, the ball carrier, that's the quarterback. Eli Tagulas, he's a senior. He's ran the ball very little. He got a good carry right there, picked up a first down.
Yeah, didn't see who was on the stop there where the Blue Devils getting a little rainy here on the window, so hard to see, but took it right up the middle.
So I'm going to spot it about the 16-yard line. Clock moving, 3:24, second quarter. 15 seconds left on the play clock. There's a line of scrimmage. They'll line up. They'll get number 7 in the game here. It's Lonte Castle. He went last time for an equipment infraction, and they're going to call timeout. Blue Devils are going to call their 3rd timeout. But you got 3. I take that back. Meyer, Heritage Patriots going to call timeout. They've used 2. Tipton has used 2. And so what, they're going to talk this over, Larry?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm sure they want to get something out of this, just like the Blue Devils did when they were down there. So we'll see what they draw up here. Holding on to the ball is the main concern tonight.
We'll also mention, Larry, bringing you this ball game is Jim Dandy Restaurants. Jim Dandy not only provides an incredible dining experience for the Tipton community and the folks in the surrounding areas, Jim Dandy wants you and the Blue Devils fans to know that Jim Dandy's staff not only wish the best for the football players, they reach out and commend the Blue Devils band and those Tipton Blue Devil cheerleaders to be positive for their team and classmates during each and every snap of the ball. That's Jim Dandy Restaurants. They're open 7 days. They're in Tipton, in Noblesville. So the Blue Devils will play defense. Ball spotted, 16-yard line. 1st down, 10. They can get a first at the 6. They're going to stop play again. And they're going to ask him to go out of the game again. And Michelle Garman seems to know what the infraction is. Let's see if she'll let us know.
It's an equipment thing. It's probably an equipment thing. I know they have a new emphasis on mouth guards now that you're not allowed to have one strapped to your thing and one in your mouth. You're only allowed the one.
I tell you what, we didn't lie about her. She's tough. Walters, the ball carrier. He's going to break contain. He's going to get in the end zone. Walters, that's Braden Walters. He'll pick up a touchdown. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown on the season. And his longest run is 71 yards.
Yeah, it looks like staring down here, looked like it was a shovel pass to him. And, that's the other thing with the wet field like this. Somebody slips, you can have a big play like that as well.
So 6-0. This point after can prove to be big. But they say you got to score to win. You give up a score, you still got to score to win.
Absolutely. Yep, you bet.
So they're going to spot it right there. Tagulas is going to be the holder. The kicker is the punter also. That's Ronner, number 2. He'll put it up and through the uprights. I think just inside the right upright. You don't rate them. You just score them. It's 7-0. Heritage, score with 3:04 left in the second quarter.
I'm actually kind of surprised they tried the extra point that way. Kicking it. You got to have a good snap, good hold, good kick, and a lot of things can go wrong on a night like tonight. So I'm surprised they kicked it.
That wind, he could have put that over the track with the wind to his back.
It might have landed in Cicero.
Very much so. Blue Devils going to get a kickoff here in a minute. They'll try to work their offense again. They have 3:04 left, but they're going to go against the wind. Going to take a good effort.
Yeah, it sure will. So we'll see what they come up with. But a steady diet of Calvin Condit here, and they're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
So both teams, I should say, the Heritage Patriots still at their sideline talking this over. The Blue Devils are out to receive the kick. And they're going to do some final adjustments here. There hasn't been a whistle to bring the guys back out. And they're going to ask for the kicking tee. Kicking tee was lost there. They had to find it and bring it to the kicker, Ronner.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't see that.
They got those black kicking tees. You know about them.
Oh, yeah, yep.
We used to use the orange ones.
Yeah, we still do in junior high. Or middle school, I should say.
Larry, tell you what, did you have a game this week? You might have.
Did. We, 7th grade, played McCulloch, which is Marion's middle school. 7th grade beat them 56-0, but 8th grade dropped one 14-0.
That's not bad. So Tagulis is going to shake that back. They're going to hold the ball for the kicker. That's Preston Moore, the holder. Here comes a kick from Ronner. Squib kick, right side off the surface, and a good bounce to Garmin. Bounced off of Zach Ridgway's leg, and Garmin right there at the right time. That was a good play.
Yeah, you couldn't do that one again. If you tried it 100 times, you went right off the shins of Zach Ridgway right into the waiting hands of Dakota Garmin. So we'll take a little luck now and then.
Garmin get credit for those 5 yards? But they're going to line it up right there at the 44-yard line, Blue Devils. From the left hash, shotgun. Quintal, see him in the backfield, they hand off. Calvin County, he'll go left side, 3-hole. About the 5-hole. He'll take it near the 49, almost to midfield. Condit's helmet came off, so he has to come off the surface. Somehow his helmet came off, so it's one of the rules right there. It comes off, you got to go out one play. So 2:54 on the game clock. And near midfield, Blue Devils have it 2nd and 5.
That was Trayshawn Washington, again, a freshman, 286-pounder in there getting some action.
So Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage from the left hash. Trips to the right. Split out left is Dallas Capshaw. Shotgun snap taken by Quinto. They'll give it to Calvin Condit. They say the ball might have came loose. They're thinking the ball came loose. It might have been down by contact. Down by contact, possibly. The West line judge runs in. He's going to be in on the play, and they're going to give it to Heritage. So Heritage going to get the football. 2:31, Slade Springer, the ball carrier, and Dallas Capshaw, and I'm going to bring him out of the ball game. We'll hope the best for him. Oh, doggone it. Springer might have a sprained ankle. It might look like. We'll see.
Yeah, he's definitely favoring that right leg there, but I'm sure he'd rather have that ball back, but hope he's all right.
2:31 left. Heritage picks up a second turnover. They're winning the turnover battle, 2-0, and they're going to have the football here at the Blue Devils' 49-yard line at the right hash. Shotgun. Flag on the play. They're going to call illegal procedure. Illegal procedure. The West line judge makes the call.
Yeah, they caught Wyatt Garland there, just rocking back on his haunches there. So it's going to be a penalty on him.
So they spot it back 5 yards. They'll mark it at the 46 of Heritage. So they move from Blue Devil territory on the penalty back to Heritage territory. Clock didn't move. It's still at 2:31. 7-0 contest. Heritage in front. Second quarter, nearing halftime. I'm sure these young men would like to get into halftime in the locker room, but they'll come back out in the rain again. And they're going to give it back. They're going to give the 5 yards back to Heritage. Hard count. Zach Ridgway, a little bit anxious there, just a little bit, but Zach Ridgway is playing so well.
I don't know whether he was coming or just faking that he was coming there, but yeah, definitely got across the line of scrimmage.
So they'll put it back at the 49 of Tipton. So playing a little yo-yo with the flag game. So back to the line of scrimmage. Heritage line up with split wide receiver left and right. Going to go motion away. It's going to be Lucas Weber. They'll hand off up the middle. Again, that's Walters. Walters to the 43, about the 44-yard line. And going to be a good gain for the senior, Braden Walters.
Joe Clouser brought him down, but again, a nice gain by the Patriots.
So they'll move it right there, 44-yard line. Clock moving, 2:08. Play clock at 22. Play comes into the huddle. Quarterback to Goulas. They'll break up, clap in unison. To the line of scrimmage, 12 seconds. 1:54 left. Clock moving, second quarter. To Goulas calling the Cates. The man in the backfield, they'll hand off. Again, the ball carrier is Weber. Lucas Weber, the ball carrier. He's a junior, 6', 168. Coach Hollinger said that he would carry the ball tonight. Pretty good dose.
It looked like Dallas Capshaw and Calvin Condon again on the stop for the Blue Devils.
So out to the 39.5-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10. Clock stopped while they moved the chains. They restarted. Moving at 1.5 minutes left here in the second quarter to put the ball down. 39.5-yard line, about the middle of the field. Shotgun quarterback, Eli Tagulas. Slot right. In the slot, he'll be motion. Motion away, he'll get the same pitch again. It's going to be a forward pass. That's going to go in the book as a forward pass, and Walters probably not going to pick up a lot there. He's going to maybe lose a yard.
Yeah, Isaiah Mahaney made a nice stop there from his defensive back position. Kept him from getting much more than that.
So they'll back it up to the 42. Clock moving under a minute, 52 seconds. So, and we may go to halftime 7-0. 7-0 is nothing to shake your head about. Just come back up with your head high.
Absolutely, yeah. Ball bounces both ways.
So they're going to line up in a slot right. Zeke Litchfield in the slot. He's 6'6". They'll go right side. They're going to roll right. They're going to screen pass left. They're going to get it. It's going to be Weber. Lucas Weber going to go up the left sideline. He'll be tackled out of bounds. They'll stop the clock at 24 seconds. They'll pick up a first down. 24 seconds left, Larry. Blue Devils going to have to play some D.
It looks like he's short there, about 3 yards. Another good play by Isaiah Mahaney to get a hold of him before he got a first down.
So they're going to spot the ball. They're at the 31, 32-yard line. And Heritage still with the football. They're trying to move it. Blue Devils going to try to put the stop on. 24 seconds. I believe Heritage has at least one timeout. I'm sure they'll use one if they don't pick up a first down or get out of bounds. Even if they do pick up a first down in the field of play, they're going to hand off again. It's Weber. Lucas Weber, he's going to get to the 30-yard line. And then it's going to be 4th and short.
Nathan Hawkins brought him down right before the flag. Looks like they're running down. Oh.
Timeout, Heritage. Heritage is going to take another shot. They got 10.2 left. You know they're not going to punt. It's 4th and about 1. They're going to try to find their end zone here on one play.
See what they come up with here, and I don't know what it would be tonight, trying to throw the ball, but we'll see what happens.
So they got huddles at both sidelines on the numbers. Talking this over, Heritage offensively, Tipton defensively. 4th and 1. Ball spotted at the Blue Devil 30-yard line. 10.2 left. Let's see what kind of arm Tagulas has probably here. He's got the wind at his back. Tagulas can launch the football. Tagulas' longest pass thrown and completed could be a run after the catch is 73 yards. That's just long. Tagulas come into this ball game with 10 touchdowns in the air and just 1 interception. That's in 5 ball games. So the Blue Devils are going to line up. 30-yard line, just inside. It's at the left hash. Tagulas going to line up. Eli Tagulas, he's a junior in the backfield. Looks to be number 3, Lucas Weber. Walters in the slot. Drop the snap. He's going to go left side down the sideline. Defense. Going to be a flag. They're probably going to call this defensive pass interference. Did he catch the football? Did he catch it? That's the question. So if he caught it, then they're not going to take a penalty. So it's going to be first and goal. 3.5 seconds left. Pagula threw it down the left sideline. That's the Heritage sideline across from the field. He did not catch it. He gave us what was that? What was that signal he gave us? So they're going to go right there. They're going to hand off, and then Blue Devils clock emptied out. Heard the whistle. They spotted the first and goal. They started the clock. There was no timeout used. I'm not quite sure. Did Heritage have a timeout?
No, they were out of timeout. They got a first down, so they timeout because of the first down.
Yeah, excuse my ignorance. I apologize. I opened my mouth and showed you I was ignorant. But they're going to go to halftime, and the Blue Devils kept them from scoring right there at the 1.
That's a lot better being down 7-0 than 14-0. That's for sure.
So we're at halftime. Tipton Blue Devil football. 15 minutes on the intermission clock. Halftime score is Heritage 7, Tipton 0. And the guys get in the locker room. They'll get a little breather. We'll mention this game. We appreciate support sponsors, makes this game possible. Monetarily, we are thankful. We'll mention school makes a difference. When school makes a difference, it's obvious what a difference school can make. As a Tipton High School graduate, and glad to say it, from wrestling at the 185-pound weight class and seldom beaten, and gearing up to play football on a Friday night on the Blue Devils O-line, tackle, and guard positions. And now, as a member of a family who grew up in the Tipton area, this family has lived here for many years, and they are now approaching the bicentennial plateau. They are proud to serve local farmers. We'll mention this support sponsor is Scott Gashaw. Scott Gashaw, what a quality gentleman. He provides excavation, does drainage, does demolition, clearing of farm fence rows, and fence row maintenance. Happy to support the Blue Devils Nation, then, now, and forever. Scott Gashaw. Also bringing you tonight's contest is AGM Auto. AGM Auto, LLC. They're in Arcadia. AGM Auto is located 1 mile west of Arcadia, Indiana, on 266th Street. That's in Hamilton County. The future of your vehicle is in good hands when you put your trust with the guys at AGM Auto. Whether it's a routine oil change or the need for the expertise of an experienced AGM technician, AGM wants you to be safe and to stay safe on the road in your automobile. A second type of service offered there at AGM Auto is classic car and truck restoration. I've seen their work. They are diligent. And we'll mention, if you still have your car or truck, maybe it's out back or maybe it's under a tarp in the barn, covered up with a tarp, could be. AGM has a passion to reveal the underlying beauty of each and every restoration project they begin. To contact AGM Auto by phone, it's 317-984-5283. Again, 317-984-5283. On Facebook, you can find them at AGM Auto, LLC. You can transport your car or truck on a flatbed. AGM Auto, classic car and truck restoration. And also bringing you tonight's contest is Discount Copies. Discount Copies, we appreciate them at putting me in sports. We probably couldn't do this without them. They are great. Discount Copies, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. They're at 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and right next door to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32, just west of Noblesville. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can take your artwork into things. You can turn it into things like note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. They'll help you with posters, oversized printing, and that's available. And you can get plans. You can get plans probably a building if you need building plans, and you need to give those to the contractors. They do them also. I've seen those in their office. We'll also mention if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach out to Discount Copies by phone at 317-773-8783. Again, 317-773-8783. By email, it's Discount Copies, plural, 96, the number, at gmail.com. Discount Copies, 96 at gmail.com. Also bringing you tonight's ball game is Encompass Credit Union. Encompass Credit Union, if you're looking for a financial partner that has community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union. North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans, higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are there to serve you and the community. Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org. That's Encompass, the letter cu.org, or any of the convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. And also tonight's broadcast is in part being brought to you by Dean's Auto Parts. Dean's Auto Parts, that's CarQuest Auto Parts. They're located at 1110 South Peru Street, Cicero, Indiana, 46034. They're at the south edge of Cicero at Cicero Town Plaza. They are team members at CarQuest Auto Parts in Cicero, and they are there to ensure you get the right parts the first time. You can reach them by phone at 317-984-4931. Again, that's 317-984-4931. They are a locally owned automotive parts store that works to serve. That's Dean's Auto Parts, CarQuest Auto Parts in Cicero. And this ball game is also in part being brought to you by Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage. Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage, Arcadia, Indiana, they have indoor and outdoor storage with flex storage availability. You can call to reserve space for that safe and secure storage space location. Indoor storage for your boats, RVs, or your precious automobiles. Could be a Corvette, could be a Mercedes, a Jaguar, etc. Or outdoor storage is always available. To contact Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage, simply go online at the website www.aipsindiana.com. That's aipsindiana.com. Or you can call them by phone at 317-774-1500. Again, 317-774-1500. That's Arcadia Industrial Park and Storage. They're by the Arcadia Ballpark. Take Howard Avenue and you'll run into it. Or take Olive Street and you'll do the same. And we'll also mention today's ball game is being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. Call Rutledge Well Drilling at 765-292-2315. That's 765-292-2315. Or visit them on their website, rutledgewelldrilling.com. They're west of Atlanta, Indiana, probably about 3 miles, maybe a couple. They're licensed, they're insured, they're honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge Well Drilling. And tonight's ball game is also in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana, at 1708 South 8th Street. You can simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, that number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will be right there on the premises. And just got to mention, Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. And also bringing you tonight's ball game is Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers, they're in Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton, next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers, they're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-9720. Again, that number is 765-675-9720. Hope Jewelers, they're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. On Saturday, they're open 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. We do thank you for tuning in. We'll mention PutMeInSports.com. Thankful to be here along with Larry Murdoch. That's internet radio since 2008. Happy to support education-based high school varsity sports. Baseball in the spring, Lafayette Central Catholic Knights. Baseball, football in the fall. Tipton Blue Devils football and basketball in the winter. Tipton Blue Devils boys basketball. We thank you for listening. And I will remind you that coming up on the 13th of October, Sunday, 6 p.m. It's a little bit different start time, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be a 2-hour-long pairing show. It'll be the 2024 IHSAA Football Tournament Pairing Show, October 13th. So it's coming up around the corner. Don't have the outlet of where you can watch it yet. It's not been publicized. What it said on IHSAA TV. I take it back. IHSAA.org. IHSAA.org. That is a wonderful website. Check it out for IHSAA events and different sports. We'll have more information to come maybe next week with where you can watch the pairing show. But you can definitely listen to it on this network stations around the state of Indiana. So we appreciate you listening, and we'll also let you know that this game is in part being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com. FritzandFishers.com. They buy, they sell, they trade. They'll help you to finance your quality car, truck, or SUV. They have preferred low mileage and one-owner automobiles. They have 2 Hamilton County locations. Working above year number 40, 4 decades of car business, Mr. Fritz, what a quality gentleman. I do know Mr. Fritz, and I enjoy him thoroughly. We'll mention they have locations in Fishers, 8599 East, 116th Street. You can dial them up there at 317-842-2228. Again, that number is 317-842-2228. We'll mention they also have a location in Noblesville along State Road 32. That's between Noblesville and Westfield. I hear they're going to put a roundabout in there. Might be at Mill Creek Road and 32. But that is a difficult travel to move quickly from Westfield to Noblesville or vice versa. At their Noblesville location along 32, you can reach them by phone at 317-773-2232. Again, that number is 317-773-2232. You can visit them online, or you can stop by and visit them on site. And then we'll mention you can reach them at fritzandfishers.com, F-R-I-T-Z. Again, we do thank you for tuning in. And then we'll mention under a minute left in the intermission, 15-minute intermission clock. They're getting ready to put 3 minutes back on the clock here to get the guys stretched out. And then we'll see if Larry wants to guess some NFL winners if he's willing.
Oh, I'll give it a try. I haven't been too good lately, but we'll see. Sure.
Okay, we'll both stand up. We'll do this right here. And right here, Larry, 32 teams. Week 4, they're all going to play this week, 16 games. Last night, the Cowboys and the Giants played. I think the Cowboys win. I don't know.
I didn't see that one today.
I don't have Prime TV either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I know Micah Parsons sprained his ankle, but they're saying he probably play next week. They said it was a high ankle sprain. They said it's still going to play. That sounds like a low ankle sprain.
Yeah, they'll wrap it up, I'm sure, and give him something to ease the pain.
Coming up this weekend, Larry, 29th of September. 1 o'clock games, there are 8 of them. Bengals are at the Panthers.
Normally I'd say Bengals, but they are a dumpster fire right now, so I'll say the Panthers.
All right, the Saints are going to visit the Falcons. The Falcons got ripped off in that last play in the end zone. Should have been interference. They should have beat the Chiefs, but they didn't call it.
Yeah, and I think I'll take the Saints in that one.
Okay. Jaguars are at the Texans.
I'll take Texans.
Why? Don't you want the Colts to do better?
Oh, no.
The Texans will lose.
Yeah, I'm a C.J. Stroud fan.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. You understand that, too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Larry. Broncos are at the Jets.
Broncos been playing pretty good lately. I think I'll take Broncos on the road.
All right, the Vikings are at the Packers. Be careful. Right. Michelle Garman is a Packer fan. She's not listening right now.
I'm going to take the Vikings in that one.
Vikings are 3-0.
They're playing well.
Steelers, Seahawks, and the Bills are the only other unbeaten teams.
Yep.
So I'm wearing my gear here.
Absolutely, yeah. You're representing the Vikings.
Steelers are at the Colts.
I'll take the Steelers.
Steelers are one of those unbeaten teams. Rams are at the Bears.
Anybody against the Bears.
All right, let's say Eagles are at the Buccaneers.
Oh, I'm taking Buccaneers.
Remember when the Buccaneers came in 1966 and lost their first 32?
Oh, they had the biggest uniforms ever. Yeah, there was orange and yellow and red. Oh, yeah.
Jim McKay, he did a heck of a job.
Oh, yeah, sure did, yep.
All right, then we'll go down to the 405 games on Sunday. Patriots are at the 49ers.
I'll take 49ers.
Patriots are starting Jacoby Brissett. Should the Colts have kept him?
I think they should have, yeah.
I agree. All right, how about the Commanders? I sometimes call them the Commandos. But Commanders and the Cardinals.
Going Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Okay, that sounds good. 425 game, there are 2 of them. Chiefs are at the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chiefs in the striped shirts against the Chargers.
Herbert, I don't know if I heard this on NFL radio. Herbert, when he grew up in college, high school, he was valedictorian. In college, he was a 4.0.
Didn't realize that.
That's pretty amazing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm kind of for Herbert. I like Herbert. So how about the Browns and the Raiders?
Ooh. Browns are dumpster fire, too. I'll take the Raiders.
All right, Sunday night football. Sunday night, Bills, they're unbeaten, playing against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
I'll take the Bills in that one.
Okay, Monday night football. They got a couple going on Monday. You're going to miss a quarter of something. It's just a bummer. But 7:30, it'll be the Titans and the Dolphins.
I'll take Dolphins.
All right, 8:15, they'll start up with the Seahawks and the Lions.
For some reason, I'm going to take the Lions. I don't know why, but I'm going to take them.
Lions had a good season last year. Their coach is I don't know what he is, but he's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, he sure does. Dan Campbell, he could make you want to run through a wall just listen to him talk.
So they're getting ready for football here. Blue Devils are on their sideline. They got their team ready to receive. So the Blue Devils are going to try to take a good drive and tie this ball game up. They got the wind at their back here in the third quarter.
Well, let's see if they can take advantage of it.
So Heritage is going to kick off. They'll use the kicking tee at the middle of the field. And then this time the kicker is going to be Preston Moore. Take that back. He's going to be the holder. We're going to see the kicker again, number 2, Kim Rossner. Pronunciation thing. So they're going to kick off right there. Here comes the boot. There's the whistle. Here comes the boot. Squib kick. Going to fall on it, trying to fall on, just keep the ball there at the 32-yard line. That's a good run back if you think about it. Calvin Condit just falls on it. That's a good starting point.
That's a positive play with these elements.
So they're going to line it up. The Blue Devil 33-yard line, 1st and 10. And Larry's mentioning that ball, it rolls. If they let go of that ball, you're right. It rolls.
The wind's strong enough, just rolling that ball right down the field.
So we won't know the severity of the night until we walk out of this door. We saw it in the pregame. Slot right, Blue Devils. Line up and split left. Slot left, they'll hand off. Right side going to be Condit. He'll be tripped up in the backfield. And it's going to be number 8, Alden Bowers. Bowers, 24 tackles entering this game. He's got 3 quarterback sacks.
Absolutely. He's been pretty active out there first half.
So picked up 1, 2nd down, 9. Going to hold that football under the towel. So he absolutely needs to let the center have it right here to the line of scrimmage. Cole Hussey. Cole Hussey, center. Senior, 5'10", 185. He's a spark plug. Quarterback snap taken by Cole. Hands off, left to right. Calvin Condit. Condit is bottled up right there behind the line of scrimmage.
It looked like 57, which is Trayshawn Washington. Again, they saw the freshman in on the tackle.
You're seeing his name quite often.
Yeah, he's making himself known out there. He's a big boy at 5'10", 286.
Wow. So going to get back to the original sticks. It's 3rd down, 10. Right there, ball resting at the 33-yard line, just inside the right hash. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Garmin going to line up left side. Going to use a bunch technique right there on the receivers. Post tight end, they're going to pass. It's going to be a lateral. It's going to be a lateral. Ball's loose, and the ball's going to be recovered. And the Heritage players are going to say that they got it. They got it in a difficult pass, and I tell you what, Quintoll, his football IQ is still very high.
Well, that one was, I know it was designed that way, but in this wind, it's a hard play to do.
So they'll work it right there. Heritage going to get a 3rd turnover in the ball game. So they're going to spot it right there at the 18-yard line. Blue Devil territory. Heritage takes over. That clock will start on the snap after the change of possession. Handoff up the middle. Burst of speed. It'll get out to about the 12. About a 6-yard pickup on the carry. And it's going to be 2nd and 4.
Tackled by Cole Hussey and also I believe that was Zach Ridgway on the tackle as well.
So they'll put the ball down at the 12 when the center gets up there. And that is Oliver Riley. He's 5'10", 250, center for Heritage. So they'll line up in a shotgun. Tagulis. Eli Tagulis, he's got trips to the right side. He'll hand off up the middle. He'll get inside the 10, near the 8-yard line, moves it forward. And the ball carrier again was Lucas Weber.
Looks like Dallas Capshaw came up from a safety position to stop that one.
They're going to go 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Heritage Patriots. And they're going to mark it right there at the 7 and call it the 8-yard line. But you got to admit, this field is absolutely precious. I tell you what, the lines are so true. Shotgun. Tagulis, hands off again. Weber. Lucas Weber going to try to get to the 5. Dallas Capshaw going to give him a push to the ground.
Looks like he's right down about the 1 yard line.
So they'll mark it right there. And it's going to be second down goal. Heritage going against the wind here, but they kind of had a short porch.
Yeah, absolutely. When you only have to go 18 yards, it makes life a little bit easier.
So to the line of scrimmage, 1 yard line. Second down goal. Shotgun, Eli Tagulas. Motion, near motion. Going to hand off on a jet sweep. There's going to be a flag. They'll stop play. They'll work it right there. They try to give that to Walters on the jet sweep.
Yeah, it looked like somebody jumped there a little bit before the snap, so going to back him up.
So ball's going to be moved back 5 yards, 6 yard line. So the Blue Devils going to defend from the 6. So 8:46, clock is stationary at the moment. 7-0 contest. Heritage in front. Heritage at the Blue Devil 6 yard line. Second down goal. Shotgun to Gulas. Hands off. Weber. Lucas Weber. Flag comes in. He gets in the end zone. Flag from the east line judge. Thrown on the play. And it's going to be two guys moving at the same time. So they'll call this and they'll back it up. So they'll work it from there. And they're getting farther and farther away from the goal line, Larry.
Right now, the striped shirts are the best defenders out there for the Blue Devils.
So they back it up. Put it at the 11 yard line. Second and goal from the 11. Tagulas launched that one late second half, second to last play. Tagulas long pass on the season, 73 yards. I don't know if that was run and catch or catch and run. He's a senior. He's got a younger brother on the team. He wears number 1. That's Zeb. He's a freshman. Shotgun. Tagulas. See him in the back to Tagulas. Quarterback draw. Quarterback draw. Wasn't much of a draw. It's going to be a tackle made Mahaney. And then Mahaney's going to earn a flag for that. You can't. That's malicious contact.
Well, that's how we used to do it back in the day. I don't know what malicious is, but yeah, I guess.
And Mahaney's still on top of my list. I like that guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a good ball player, but
I'm going to give some of it back. So they'll call that against Heritage. On Tipton, and they'll get some of that yardage back. It'll be half the distance from where the flag took place. They're going to put him at the 11. Or at the 6, so just a 6 yard penalty for that. Not bad.
Not too bad. Could have been worse, but again, I hate that call. I know it's the rules, but what are you supposed to do? Just when you get him on the ground.
Shotgun, Eli Tagulas, slot left, short side of the field, tight end right. They're going to pitch it. Shovel pass there. That's Walters. He's in the end zone. So Walters gets in the end zone. Braden Walters. And Heritage goes up on the scoreboard 13-0. But this game ain't over.
No, not at all. But as Michelle Garman next to me pointed out, they're having great success with that shovel pass. So it might be something the Blue Devils want to think about doing themselves.
But they're going to try to point after touchdown. Right-footed kicker. That's the kicker. He's the punter and the kicker, Cam Ronner, 5'9", 155, senior. There's the hold. There's the boot inside the uprights. And it's good. It's a 14-0 contest. Blue Devils going to have to put a drive together and keep the football.
Yeah, well, just keeping a hold of the football would be a positive in their benefit.
So Larry, I tell you what, it's Blue Devils opportunity. I got to mention that Earth Festival is this weekend. They're going to have difficulty tomorrow, but we'll hope they can have a good day on Sunday.
I'm not sure the vendors are going to pay their rent tomorrow.
I tell you what, I was watching. I went through Atlanta several times this week, and on Monday they were setting up.
Absolutely, already. Big deal. So
this started that back in 1974. They missed that 1 year, that terrible C word in 1920.
1920 or 2020?
Yeah, 2020. I guess that dates my age right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
1920. You think back. I was looking up stats for what was it? Touchdown passes. Oh, most touchdown passes in a game. And in 1920, a guy threw 15.
Wow. Not much defense going on then, huh?
Since then, some recent quarterbacks that we would know had thrown 9 in one game.
That's still pretty impressive.
I ran the score up, ain't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
So they're going to kick it away. 9-yard approach, soccer style. Again, it's going to be Ronner. Cam Ronner, he'll boot it. He'll get a good hold right there for the football on the tee. Preston Moore. On the run back is Dallas Capshaw. He'll go left side. He'll go to the Heritage sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds. He won't take an unnecessary hit, and he's ready to go.
Yep, we'll see what they can pull out of the bag here on this drive.
So the Blue Devils 1st and 10. Blue Devils are still walking with a leap in their step. You know they are. Absolutely. And then they're going to spot it right there at the 41-yard line. Blue Devil territory from the left hash. 1st and 10. Trips right side. Joe Clouser split out wide right. Handoff. He's going to take the ball himself. Quinn Toll going to get what he can. Forward progress. They're going to get forward progress after a gain of 1. Toll stayed on his feet. They pushed a pile like a scrum, and Toll never went to the surface.
Oh, he's a tough guy. He's not going to let him take him down to the ground.
So Toll picks up the play at the sideline, runs back in. He's on his way back to the huddle now. 7:50 on the game clock. Third quarter, 14-0 advantage for Heritage. Heritage Class 3A, they're a small 3A, 507 enrollment. They're rated at number 12 in Class 3A. About 2 weeks ago, they were at number 18. Second down, 9. Shotgun snap taken by Toll. Hands off, Calvin Condit. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. He might have gained a half a yard, maybe 2, maybe 1. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8.
Well, yeah, now the Patriots just seem to be, packing the line of scrimmage and not a whole lot of room up there for running, whether it be Quinn Toll or Condit.
Help me to know, but we've not had a pass on the Blue Devil side of the ball yet, right? Have we?
Just one. Yep, one screen.
One screen, that's true, yeah. For 6 yards, we may see one here. So the ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Shotgun. Single man in the backfield, Condit. Trips to the right, they're going to pitch it right. Condit going to catch the ball and the pitch, and he'll get across the 45 to the 49. This is 4-down territory. Would you agree?
I would say so, yes.
You think back, I think there was maybe a hit out of bounds. I don't know. But in the first game, Calvin Condit took that pitch, halfback pass, 43-yard pass play to Landon Spidell for a touchdown at Wesleyan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Calvin's not usually that animated, so he was upset about something.
They're going to go, and then Quinn Toll, it was under center, and another tough count pulls Heritage offside, and the Blue Devils pick up 5 and another 1st down by penalty.
Yep. That, again, another one, whenever you can pick up a 1st down without snapping the ball, that's a good thing.
So they move the ball to the Heritage 46-yard line. The Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Condit. Trips to the left. Tight end right is Jaron Aller. Handoff up the middle. Inside the 40, he'll move the pile to the 39. Calvin Condit and Jack Roach is going at it again over there. They're going to throw a flag. Let's see what this flag represents. But if this has to be offsetting penalties. So personal foul against Heritage, personal foul against Jack Roach, offsetting penalties. Boys will be boys.
Yeah, they're both getting a little chippy back and forth. So
they'll spot it right there. They'll leave the ball there. It's inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. 2nd down, 3. So just inside the right hash. They start the play clock and the game clock. 5:47. We're in the third quarter. Blue Devils on a drive. They're at the 39 of Heritage. Handoff. Calvin Condon. He meets a lot of gentlemen. A flag comes in from the East Line judge. East Line judge. It's going to be a face mask. Looks like it may be a grazing of the face mask. Might be the 5-yard variety. It is. 5-yard variety, but they'll get 5.
Again, another first down by penalty, and we'll take it.
So the ball's going to be marked off there. They'll take it in closer to the Heritage goal line, and they'll put it at the 32 and a half. So they'll mark it at the 32. It's nosed up, right hash, 32-yard line, Heritage territory. They'll move the chains, reset those. Quintal calling the quarterback snap. He'll get it. He'll move it forward. He'll go right side of the center, the 2-hole. Get what he can. He'll pick up maybe a couple.
Number 9, Mason Abbott there on the tackle from his linebacker position for the Patriots.
So they'll put it at the 30-yard line. Going to call it a gain of 2. It's second down, 8. At the right hash. Play clock is at 20. 5 just past the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Clock moving. Trips to the right, short side of the field. Mahaney, Garvin, working there, and it's Clouser. Handoff, they give it left side. Calvin Condon, positive gain. He's going to get out to the 26-yard line. They're calling it 3rd and 4.
A nice block out there by, looks like Joe Vaughton is in now on the offensive side of the ball as well.
So they're holding the football, trying to keep it as dry as they can. The rain's still coming down. Looks like the wind might have dropped just a little bit. That rain's coming a little bit more vertically down.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot better from the first half.
Shotgun quarterback Quintoles. Trips to the right. Take the hand off, they give it to Cole. Cole keeps it himself. He'll get it to the 25. And he's going to get his play there. And I think Quintole has been introduced to varsity football there.
Yeah, a little bit. Gary Gerber, again, number 11 from his linebacker position, or actually from his safety position on the stop.
So they're in a market at the 24-yard line. The lineup split right is Dallas Capshaw. Tight end left is Ridgeway. Tight end right, Jaron Aller. They're going to call timeout. Blue Devils going to talk this over. I didn't see a play clock problem. They're just going to talk it over.
Well, looking out there right now, that looks like the wind has subsided quite a bit. So maybe look for Blue Devils to try to pass the ball a little bit.
Actually, the ways to get here, there's 3 opportunities to drive here road-wise. I found my note here. First way is the best way. 98.4 miles from here to Heritage. That's just southeast of Fort Wayne. That's via I-69 North. I-69 North, way to go. The second way would be via Indiana 9. Go north on 9. It's 97.8 miles that way. That's an hour and 58 minutes. I-69, hour and 45. Third way is via US 35. Take that US 35 south and jump on I-69. It's 108 miles, 1 hour, 59 minutes. So what, Larry, I looked him up, did 3 different ways. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, okay. Me neither.
So they're going to line it up. Shotgun. Quintold, 4th down, couple. It'll be 4th and 7 now. Going to have an early movement, illegal procedure, right side. Dallas Capshaw knows it. He's disappointed more than anybody else.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to drop us back. It's going to be 4th down, is it? 4th and 7 now.
So 4th and 7. Not sure what the play call was there, but it looks like it's going to be the same for this one. So 4th and 7. Joe Clouser split in. Left side, he's a receiver actually. Right side is Dallas Capshaw from the right hash. 4th and 7. Shotgun snap, dropping a throw. Second pass play of the game. They're going to go to the end zone. They go to the corner. Dallas Capshaw trying to make the play. There was double coverage there. But the wind was difficult. He had the wind, but it's going to give the ball back to Heritage. They'll give it back to him on downs, and difficult way to throw the ball today.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it's like I said, the wind is well down from what it was. So look for the Blue Devils to start doing something else but running it between the tackles here.
getting a grip on that ball, difficult. You know it's still wet, even though the linebacker umpire's keeping a towel nearby. So they're going to line up Heritage with the football. They'll run them for the left hash. Ball spotted at the 29. Heritage territory, shotgun snap. They'll hand off. They fake the jet sweep. They hand it off to number 3. Again, that's Lucas Weber. He's a junior. And a good play there. He carries the ball.
Yeah, Nathan Hawkins from linebacker position, I believe, made the tackle on that one. So, going to bring up a second down 6. Clock moving. Third quarter, 3:05 left. 14-0 contest. Heritage in front. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Jack Roach going to scoot over a little bit on the line. They'll hand off. Minimal gain there. Again, Lucas Weber, the ball carrier, he'll take it to about the 34 and a half. It'll be 3rd and 5. Nathan Hawkins and Calvin Condon on an all-out blitz there from linebacker got home. Blue Devils can get a stop right here. They can force a punt against the wind. So that'll be a good way to go. Yeah, and I'm sure they'd like to get this one in. The weather is still a little bit more mild than it was before. So ball spotted, 34-yard line, just inside the left hash. Heritage. 3rd down 5. Shotgun. Eli Tagulis trips to the right. Pass play. They go bubble screen, right side. Cut back. And catch is made. 28, Zeke Litchfield. 6'6". So 6'6", 214. So he won't get a first down. It's going to be 4th down, and we're going to see the punter again, Cam Ronner. Yeah, it's got about 3 yards to go, so they're going to go ahead and put this one away. So 4th down 3. Blue Devils hold them and force a punt right here. And a wind picking up. It's coming down sideways again. Lots of rain falling. So he'll take a snap about 14 yards deep. Good snap. They'll boot it out of there, end under end. And it's going to bounce, and the Blue Devil's going to stay away from it. It's going to be touched down after it comes to a complete stop at the 38-yard line. Blue Devil's going to have it. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. First and 10. 1:15 left, Larry, here in the 3rd. Nice punt into the wind there. Kept it low and a nice little bounce out of it. So good punt for the Patriots. So Blue Devils break huddle. They set the ball down. Cole Hussey puts that right hand on the football to snap it to Quinn Toll, shotgun quarterback. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off. Left to right, it's Calvin Condit. Condit going to hit the 4-hole. He'll get it outside the 40. He'll get to the 41-yard line. He's going to pick up a gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6. Yeah, Brady Boyle on the tackle there for the Patriots from the linebacker. So clock moving inside a minute. 56 seconds left. 2nd down 6 for the Blue Devils at their own 41-yard line. Play clock's good at 18. Trips to the right, short side of the field. Tight end left is Zach Ridgway. You're going to hand off right to left. Calvin Condit, not a lot of places to go, but he gets by a couple of guys trying to make the tackle. He get out to the 45. Calvin Condit is somewhat of a magician. Yeah, how he got out of that and got anything, I don't know, but he keeps those legs churning. So to the 45 for 20 seconds. Play clock to 28. I believe the Blue Devils are going to be content with starting the 4th quarter against the wind. So 11 seconds, they're going to let it run out. No sense hurrying a play and having a mishap again. Absolutely, yeah. They've had quite a few turnovers tonight, so they are just going to let the time run out and take the time in the 4th quarter. So they're going to take a breather right there, and I'm going to tell you what. We'll mention this. There's what we had right there, Larry. 15 touchdowns thrown by Arthur Smith, Cozad, New England, in 1921. He threw 15 in a game. Wow. And then they have a guy 13, 12, 11, 11. But you look down here, 9 in a game has happened 120 times. That's amazing. I would not have thought of it. And this is at the pro level or college or what? Oh, high school. Okay.
High school. And then so 1921 to 2003, Indiana High School quarterback Gavin Vogt. 2018 from Carroll High School in Fort Wayne, he did it 9 times.
How about that? That's incredible.
And then there's another guy closer to us, Park Heritage High School in Rockville, Indiana, Christian Johnson. He also did it 9 times in 2021.
Yeah, not a whole lot of defense going on there. Sounds like good quarterback play, but sounds like somebody wasn't playing too much defensive backfielding.
It's almost like throwing a shutout or a no-hitter. If the guy's pitching well, leave him in.
Depends on who you're playing as well, yeah.
I agree. So anyway, here's the Blue Devils. Blue Devils, they invert the field. They'll go shotgun. Quinn Toll trips to the left. Gets inside the right hash. Shotgun snap called for. Pass play, they'll run again. Right side, might have been a lateral, but it's caught. Might not have been. That was closer to a level pitch. And Calvin Condit, the ball carrier, he'll catch the pass from Toll. And that kind of going to get Toll warmed up. You know what I mean? That's a good gimme, warm me up pass.
Well, not when it doesn't get you any yards, that's for sure. But when you turn it over here back and see if Nathan Hawkins can flip the field here.
So 43-yard line, Blue Devils going to punt the ball away. Their own 43. Nathan Hawkins got one blocking back in front of him. It's Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll by design right there. Shotgun. They're going to pitch it to get snapped. They'll boot it out of there. High elevation, high sky punt. It's going to go take an unfavorable bounce for the Blue Devils. And Isaiah Mahaney will pick it up right there out of the air at the 36.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Heritage.
Yeah, looks like 37 here, and so we'll see if Heritage now with the wind behind them, see if they start throwing the ball around a little bit.
So 1st and 10, Heritage. 11:08, clock stop for change of possession. To the line of scrimmage, Heritage Patriots. Going to line up 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Single man in the backfield. Quarterback snap taken by Eli. Eli Chagulas, he'll hand off left side. Lucas Weber. Weber gets about a yard. They're going to call it 2. So Weber picks up 2 at 2nd down 8.
Yeah, Zach Ridgway, defensive end position, did a nice job there and brought him down for just a short game.
So they're going to hold the football there and they'll set it back down. Just inside the 40-yard line, Heritage territory. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. Clock moving. 10:37. Ball spotted at the 39 of Heritage. Going to line up slot right. Split left. Here comes near motion. Near motion. There'll be a flag on the play. Illegal procedure. Illegal procedure against Heritage. So back it up 5. And they'll try another play. Then it's going to be 2nd and 13.
Jack Roach coming out. Looked like the Blue Devils are moving some guys in and out, getting some guys in the game.
So Blue Devils trying to get a 3 and out. Blue Devils trying to get the ball back. And Jaron Aller playing up there on the left defensive end. Going to line up in a shotgun. Slot right. Split left deep motion from left side. Handoff. Not going to get a whole lot. They're going to say the ball carrier right there. Number 3, Lucas Weber. They're going to pick up much. It's going to be 3rd and maybe 12th.
I didn't see. I think Calvin was on the tackle there, but I couldn't see. There was a big pile.
So they'll spot it. It's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and a little more than 11. Call it 12. Slot right. Double slot right side. Split left. Single in the backfield, dropping the throw. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. We're going to go to the left sideline. Ball's incomplete. Dallas Capshaw provided the defense. And they're going to check on a gentleman over there. The officials here, they're going to check on a gentleman pass route. They're going to say illegal procedure. Illegal procedure against Heritage. And they're going to stop play right here. I don't know, but there's a gentleman out of bounds. And the trainer is looking at a Heritage player. He's back up to his feet. Pretty good sized young man. He was the intended receiver on the play. 9:20 on the clock, and they declined the penalty. They'll take the down. It was worth more than the mark off. So it's 4th and 11. Punt formation is Cam Ronner. He'll call for the snap. He's 12 yards deep. Snap is a bit high. They're going to throw a flag again. Illegal procedure against Heritage. So they'll back it up 5 more.
Yeah, can definitely want to back them up here and have a little bit more field to work with.
So they back it up 5 more. It's going to be 4th and 16. They're going to mark it just outside the 30, near the 31-yard line. From the left hash, he's going to line up again, 13 yards deep, call for the snap. Snap's good. He'll punt it, low elevation. It's going to bounce once, taken out of the air by Dallas Capshaw. Flag on the play is going to be an illegal block in the back, illegal hands. They're going to tackle him out of bounds, and another flag comes in. But I'm not sure, but that official, if he doesn't have 2 flags, he picked up one to throw it again over here. Some officials have more than 1 flag.
It looked like we Blue Devils had a block in the back then, but definitely a horse collar over here on the near sideline.
So they're going to call. It's going to be offsetting. They'll probably punt it again. So it's going to be talked about right there by the officials. The umpire with the white hat. And then you go to a middle school game, they all have black hats on.
Yeah, they definitely had them black hats on this week on our game.
Well, they changed positions in the second game.
I understand, yeah.
They're talking it over. They're going to say Coach Toll is in on the conversation now. And Coach Toll, pretty good IQ. You know where Quinn gets his IQ, at least part of it so far.
Yeah, well, and
they're going to let us know, umpire. He's going to signal to the press box. So he'll let us know illegal block in the back. Horse collar, Heritage. Offsetting, they'll punt again. Everybody knows. Now they're going to give it to Tipton. They're going to start their offense right there. So just like nothing happened. So they're going to give it to the 44-yard line. They're going to back it up. A little bit. They might mark this off and then mark off the other. I don't know. I don't know, but we got to keep in mind that officials are hard to come by. Baseball is the worst sport to get officials from. So they're going to work it right there from the 28-yard line. So from the right hash, left hash, Blue Devils will take over. So shotgun formation. Quinn Toll in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Trips to the right. Quarterback snap. He's keeping himself. Fakes the handoff. Calvin Condon. And the spy was staying right there with Quinn Toll. Makes the tackle in the backfield.
And Bowers again on that tackle. Yeah, he's just they're just stacking the line and looking for the run.
That counter cutback reverse, they seem to do that pretty well.
Yeah, they definitely are. Like I said, they're Blue Devils aren't giving them too many different looks to have to deal with, so they're just coming downhill.
So trips to the right. Shotgun formation. Calvin Condon in the backfield. Second down, 15. Calling the cadence, Quinn Toll. He'll take the snap. Hand off up the middle, Calvin Condon. So they'll dive it up the middle. Little to no gain. Mike picked up one, maybe not. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Bowers again on the tackle. And like I said, as an old linebacker, I just look at this and think, boy, when you can just pin your ears back and not have to worry about anything but the run, that's a linebacker's dream.
Very well put. So the Blue Devils going to face a 3rd and 15. 7:54, clock moving, fourth quarter. 14-0, Heritage in front. They went to halftime 7-0. Shotgun formation. Quinn Toll trips to the right. Staying in block. Zach Ridgway pass in the flat right side. There was contact before the ball got there. Not quite sure about that one, but that was a forward pass. That was interference.
Yeah, I can't tell what was going on. Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
So they're going to say he was behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know if they just – I tell you what, she knows a little bit for sure. So they're going to line up. Going to line up in punt formation. Nathan Hawkins back to punt, 12 yards deep. There's a snap. There's the boot. Line drive, low elevation. It's going to bounce. And Walters is going to let it bounce. And Isaiah Mahaney going to down the ball at the 43 of Heritage. Heritage is going to have another first down. They'll have the football with 7:29 left here in the fourth.
Well, that's a good sight for Jack Rose coming off the field, kind of hanging a right arm there. So hopefully he's just working out a cramp or a bruise or something.
So 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Heritage. Windy night here tonight. A rare occurrence to play after a hurricane comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. So 43-yard line shotgun. Eli Tagulas. The trade left side. Zeke Litchfield, 6'6" wingback. They'll hand it or pitch it left side. Lucas Weber going to pick up one. It's going to be 3rd down. Check that. It's going to be 9 yards to gain.
Now, Landon Spidell made a nice tackle on that. I guess Isaiah Mahaney kind of forced him deep with that pitch.
So it's 2nd down, 9. Ball resting at the Heritage 44-yard line, nosed up from the left hash. To the line of scrimmage, play clock's at 12. Game clock moving, 6:50 left in the fourth. Shotgun, slot left, slot right. Handoff again is Lucas Weber going to be tackled out of bounds. He will get necessary yardage. He'll stop the clock at 6:40. And they're going to work it there. They're going to say he's just out of bounds prior to 3rd and less than 1.
Yeah, must have stepped out of bounds there. I thought he got the first down, but he must have stepped out just before the flag there.
He didn't want to take an unnecessary hit, for sure.
Not at any time, but you got to, when you're that close to a first down, you got to go for it.
So they're going to work it right there from the left hash. Split right. Go near motion. They'll hand off to the deep back. That's Lucas Weber. He might not have got there, Larry. I don't know. What do you think? So they're going to spot him close to it.
It was Dallas Capshaw coming up from safety. Like his hair was on fire trying to stop that one, so we'll see.
He might half a yard short. So definitely 4-down territory. 4th and less than 1. 6:17 clock moving. Play clock's at 25. It started at 40. Still in the huddle. They'll break huddle now. Heritage Patriots. To the line of scrimmage. You know, they run to the huddle. They jog up to the huddle every time. So shotgun formation. He's going to go under center. He's going to take it himself. He's going to try to get there. Blue Devils stopped his initial surge, but his second effort going to get the first down. That was Eli Tagulas, the quarterback, came out of the shotgun, hurried up to the line of scrimmage, took the snap under center.
And that he stopped, but he spun off to his left and picked it up.
So first down, Heritage. That's a well-designed play.
Yeah, very good decision by the quarterback.
Jeremy Hollinger, first-year coach at Heritage. So holding the ball dry right there at the Blue Devil 46-yard line. 5:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 14-0 contest. Heritage has the football. Blue Devil territory. Shotgun. Takes a snap, hands off. Lucas Weber. He's going to get a gain of about 1. The Blue Devils put the stops up right there. So it's going to be a gain of 1, maybe none. Now they're going to put him at the 45. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Cole Hussey from his middle linebacker position snipped that one out.
So they hold the ball there. They put it back down at the 45-yard line. It's going to be second down, 9 for Heritage. And they're to the line of scrimmage. 15 on the play clock. 5 minutes on the game clock. Clock is moving. Shotgun formation. Eli Taglulis. They're going to pitch it right side. Going to get what he can. It's going to be a first down. Ball carrier right there was number 3 to Lucas Weber. Lucas Weber can tote the rock.
Now, Landon Spidell grabbed him by the shirt, and he took Landon for a little ride there for a couple extra yards.
So ball's at the 37-yard line, right hash. And then they're going to work it right there. Here comes the play in to Goulis. Also coming in off the sideline is number 10, Preston Moore. Preston Moore, he's a senior, 5'11", 144. He's a cornerback. And he's going to play offensively here at a different position. They're going to send out for wide right, Braden Walter. Shotgun, snap taken, handoff, left side, Lucas Weber. Inside the 35, down to the 31-yard line. And that's going to be another first down. And they'll put the ball in play right there. At the Blue Devil, 31, maybe the 32.
Nice play by Nathan Hawkins to keep him from getting any more, but they'll have a new set of downs.
So the adjourn huddle. Play clock's at 18. Pretty good clock management with Tagoulis. Look at that wind fluttering off of Tagoulis' jersey. So the handoff again, right to left. Lucas Weber, he'll get to the 30, maybe a bit inside. They're going to mark him at the 30. So it's going to be a second down at about 8 for Heritage. Ball's going to spot right there at the Blue Devil 30-yard line. Blue Devils going to put a defensive stand up.
Yeah, that was Landon Spidell on the tackle, but nice run there, nice spinning, twisting run. Kind of what we usually see from Calvin Condit out there from the Patriot running back.
So nosed up to the 30-yard line near the middle of the field. Heritage working with the wind at their back here in the fourth quarter. Motion away, Zeke Litchfield. He'll reset left halfback. Pitch goes left side, Lucas Weber. Weber breaks contain. He gets inside the 25. Looked like that ball might have been loose the way the Blue Devils were jumping in there late in that play.
Yeah, that's what made the tackle. But, again, when your safeties are making the tackle, that's not exactly what you want.
Yeah, I agree. I tell you what, we're really missing Oliver Conaway. He's made some good tackles. Tell you what, we're hoping to get him back soon. Oliver Conaway, a senior defensive back, left side cornerback, and caught some passes. He's caught passes on the season. We'll mention Devils take there, but he's got 23 tackles, as Larry said. Handoff up the middle, carrying the football. He'll go down to the 11, maybe the 12. And that was number 3 to Lucas Weber. He'll move the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10. They can still net 1 first down.
Yeah, good hard run right up the middle. Nathan Hawkins grabbed him by the shoestrings and got him down.
So clock moves. Umpire starts the clock after the chains are set. Mostly before they are. In a varsity game, they'll roll the clock before the chains are quite all the way set. Because it's a faster-paced game. These guys play well. The shotgun, single man in the backfield, slot right, split left. They're going to hand off. Up the middle, Lucas Weber. Weber inside the 5. And then some more effort out there. There's some one-on-one competitions going on, Larry.
Yeah, that was Joe Vaughton with big number 73. Who's that? No, I said his name tonight. Charlie Riddle, 6'4", 275 versus about 6 foot, 185. So, but they were going at it.
Charlie Riddle's a senior, but he won't see Vaughton again. But Vaughton will be back 3 more years. So shotgun formation to Goulis. Handoff up the middle. Lucas Weber, touchdown. Lucas Weber puts it in, dive play, left side of the center, the A-hole. Here comes a late flag. Late flag on the play. They're going to probably enforce this one. If it's defensively, it'd be on the kickoff. But so some more of that boys will be boys going on out there.
It's gotten a little chippy here in the second half, so but that happens.
So they're talking about it right now, talking about the severity of what just happened. So five officials in there. Touchdown's good. It shows us unsportsmanlike conduct against Heritage. So Berg is going to kick off from their 45 here in just a few minutes. So Ferg's going to get a short portion. He can put it in the end zone. We'll hope he get a touchback.
No. Yeah, there's
my bad. We need to score. So wishful thinking. This game ain't over, Larry.
It's almost over, AJ.
Well, they're gonna kick off from their 25. Is that better, Michelle?
They're going to take it in.
Oh, so they ain't gonna give him a touchdown. They're gonna kick a PAT with this? That don't make a lot of sense. I thought you had the option for that. I guess it's okay. I don't know nothing. So here comes the boot. It's going to be Romer. Cam Romer, the kicker, the punter. There's the Tagulis holds for the kick, and it's good. It's good. And so that was a 35-yard effort, I think. So he had the wind at his back, but you don't rate him. 1:09 left here in the fourth quarter. Heritage takes a 21-point advantage. So they're going to mark it right there, and they're going to kick off like it's just a regular kickoff. So Heritage Patriots, Tipton Blue Devils going at it. And again, we'll remind you the 2024 IHSAA Football Tournament Pairing Show is going to be Sunday, October 13th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be a 2-hour-long pairing show, and more information to come. Mark your calendars. So they're going to kick it away. Again, it's going to be the gentleman just kicked the extra point. That extra point, was that 35-yarder?
Just about, yeah.
We have it to 25.
I think so, yeah.
So Romer's going to kick again. Romer uses the football pants above the knee for more room to move his leg. 10 yards deep. Here comes the soccer style. Here's the approach. It'll be a squib kick. Up the middle, right up the middle, picked up by Isaiah Mahaney. Mahaney up the middle. He'll return it out beyond the 35, out beyond the 45, out beyond the inside the 40. He's going to be touched. The kicker couldn't get him. Isaiah Mahaney going to get a score with 55.3 left. He picked that up inside the 25-yard line. Went up the middle. Does Larry see a flag? I don't know. So Isaiah Mahaney takes one back to the house here in the fourth quarter on the kickoff return. Isaiah Mahaney, he's a junior class member. Couldn't play a year ago as a sophomore. He was under the weather all season long with a bit of an injury. He couldn't play. So they're going to spot it right there at the 10-yard line, point after touchdown. And Ferg is going to get the kickoff. So 55.3, here comes the point after. Holder, I think Joe Clouser. There's a spot, there's the boot, and it's good. Inside the left upright, against the wind, and Brogan Ferg puts the dot on top of the 6.
Well, it makes it a lot better looking than a goose egg there.
Isaiah Mahaney, I'm glad he got that because he had some difficulty in the first half. He needed that. So Blue Devils are going to kick the ball off. 55.3 left. It's 21-7. 21-7. And Dakota, I should say, Nathan Hawkins is going to kick the ball away. They've got the huddle right there on the sideline, kicking team. And Calvin Condit shakes hands with Isaiah Mahaney, congratulates him. Also, Dakota Garman shakes his hand. I wonder if Isaiah is gasping for air. I doubt it.
He's a track guy. I don't think that's anything for him to run that.
I tell you what, he outran them all on The kicker probably should have got him, but Romer, I don't know if he just didn't try that hard at this stage of the game.
I don't think he could have caught him either.
I doubt it too. Devil's advocate, I don't plan to be that, but optimistic I try to be. But sometimes it's hard to be.
Yeah, well, weird things happen tonight like tonight.
Absolutely. So the Blue Devils, I'm surprised the whistle hasn't blown yet. The deep official, the umpire, is talking with the deep back. I think that's Braden Walter, number 12, 6'1", 180. He's kickoff return and punt return. And they're going to set the ball. They're going to ask for a football from the Blue Devil sideline, a kickball. And they're looking for the kickball that he'd like. And he gets to kick any choice of football in the ball bag at Tipton, provided it's the right weight. They check the weights on them. I don't know if they did today in a rainstorm, but you usually want something a little softer to kick, something that's been in that ball bag for several years. Did you kick off, Larry?
No, sir, not at all.
Kicking is an art. It is an art form. So here comes the approach, 6 yards deep. There's the boot. It's going to go out of bounds. So Heritage is going to take the ball at the 42. They're not going to do anything else with those other two choices. They'll take it at the 42, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was. I think that was supposed to be some type of an onside, but just caught a little bit too much of it and got it out of bounds.
Well, they only had Walters back, and he was deep. He was going for a pooch kick in that vacated area. The Blue Devils picked that up last week or the week before.
Yeah, it's been a few games ago, but yeah, they did one of those, and yep, got it on both tries.
So Heritage to the line of scrimmage. Play comes in from the sideline. Eli Tagulis, senior quarterback. He's 6'1", 155, plays a good game. So they'll go from the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 48-yard line, Heritage territory, 55.3 left. Shotgun snap. He's going to pitch it left side. Again, it's Lucas Weber. He'll be met at the 45, going to give away 3 yards on the loss. But the clock's going to roll 45 seconds. There will be one more snap because the clock is on top of the play clock.
Yeah, Jack Roach in there on defense made a tackle.
So they're going to spot it at the 45-yard line from the left hash. It'll be nosed up. They're going to run a bunch technique. They're going with a Tony Dungy victory formation. Heritage Patriots. Clock moving, 18 seconds. They're going to take some play clock down. They'll kneel it, spot it, and that's going to complete today's ball game. Larry, thank you. I hope you're feeling much better.
Getting better all the time here. I'm working on this scratchy throat, but getting better every day.
Blue Devils, who they got coming up? Who's the Blue Devils got coming up this week in the middle school variety?
Oh, we've got the Hamilton Heights Huskies coming to town on Tuesday, so we're going to have to bring our A game.
Sounds good. Final score tonight, Heritage 21, Tipton 7. And they're shaking hands, crossing midfield right there. Blue and white. So we thank you for tuning in. We'll mention next week's game for the Blue Devils. Going to be at Central Catholic High School. Projected start at 7 p.m. And we hope you'll tune in if you can't make it. And we'll also mention Heritage Patriots are going to be at Bluffton, do battle with the Tigers. And we thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.
They both can do it.
Yeah, the Butler is the story of the